God damn.
Go-zies. Okay, my bookie, GhostBed, Roman. Get roman.com/drinking bros.
Free doctor visit or whatever the fuck. I actually just did it. I went through the whole process.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, just to see what it was like.
God damn it, man. I'm drinking this Killcliff.
Yeah.
Recover.
I'm going Ignite because I need some energy. You're going to Recover because you need...
I just wailed on my fucking buys, dude.
Musculos.
God damn it, did I wail on my buys, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, this is... this is some Vandenham shit, dude. Then I'm getting ready for the cruise. That's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that. I thought about doing that, but there's two things. One, I'm way too white.
Yeah.
To this time of year to have my clothes off in public.
Sure.
Like it's just gonna be. It hurts me and it blinds everyone else. The second thing is I'm gonna be way too fucked up to be near water.
To be like near the pool or anything?
Yeah.
Not me, man. I'm gonna have my dick in that hot tub, brother.
I might
probably around 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
I might go hot tub. We'll see.
No, the hot tub. Yeah, I'll be in there.
The hot tube.
I'll be in there getting wet, dude. I'm going actually like the Ultimate Warrior style.
Yeah. You're going to wear the pit vipers the whole thing?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, look at this fucking hair.
Yeah.
This is because that's the last of it is down there on the cruise. So I might as well go Ultimate Warrior and then let somebody cut it off. So I'm amped about that. I'm amped about this Killcliff shit,
Yeah, it's
man.
really good.
They can't get that CBD in here fast enough, by the way. That was the best shit I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, it was really good.
Welcome, kids, Drinkin' Bros, to the 2019 NFL Prediction Show. How great is it to have the NFL back? Oh, man. It is unbelievable. My predictions, by the way, I thought maybe that they were going to end last year with all my greatness.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm out of it. I'm out of predictions. Maybe this year's going to be shitty. And then Friday, 12 hours before he killed himself, I predicted Epstein would die in jail. And, man, have we gotten a lot of emails about that?
We did get a couple, yeah.
That was fucking eerie. Look, I knew he was going to die, and I've been saying for months, obviously, he was going to kill himself, but I didn't know it was going to be that night. I felt good about that. I wish there was a fucking over-under on Epstein's death on mybookie.com.
I'm kind of surprised that
would have
nobody...
been awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised nobody had that.
Me neither. Me neither. But today, kids, we are going over every single team in the NFL, our predictions for the playoffs, as well as the way too early predictions for the Super Bowl this year. I did not fare so well last year with my way too early predictions for the Super Bowl. The danger about picking Super Bowl champions and championship games this early, because it's August 13th, and camp, I think we're in about week 2 of preseason right now. Camp is in full swing, is you don't know when somebody's going to go down. You don't know when somebody's going to get hurt. You don't know if somebody's going to fucking play or not play. Case in point right now, it's happening right now with Antonio Brown. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with him. And those goddamn feet that were stuck in a freezer. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Same thing happened last year. So last year I picked the Falcons against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Guess who decides not to play the entire year? Le'Veon Bell. Sat out the entire year, fucked the season up. Could happen to the Chargers this year with Melvin Gordon. But let's face it, the Chargers aren't going to the goddamn Super Bowl now or ever. The only thing that you could bet on that would be a smart bet for the Chargers is how many more fucking kids Phillip Rivers is actually going to have. Over under on that one could be 9. He might have 9 more children. He might. I don't know if he'll ever pull out again. Depends on how young his wife is, but fuck, it wouldn't surprise me to see Phillip Rivers hit 20 children by the end of this motherfucker. And then the Falcons on that side of the pick last year lost their entire defense week 3. I think eight players went on injured reserve for the Atlanta Falcons defense. And I got on the show week 4 and I said, hey man, anybody out there, stop betting on the Falcons. It is over. Their season is over. They will not make the playoffs, and they're not worthy of really giving a shit besides other than fantasy football for the rest of the year. So go fuck yourself. And that's exactly what happened. So at least I'm honest with you. Am I a homer? You bet. I got a Falcons hat on today. Every year, if you're watching the video show on YouTube, subscribe if you're not, because we do these live on Tuesday afternoons, and then the audio show goes up at 8 p.m. EST that night. If you're watching the YouTube show right now, you know that Daddy got the new one here, the new NFL a Dish Falcons hat. I'm going to be honest, the NFL usually makes shitty hats, man. This year's is fucking dope, though. It's a nice puffy trucker. They went with 39 this year. That's the name of the company, right, Dan? 39?
3930, yeah.
Whew. I'm a fan of this fucking thing. Flex Fit, they got the truckers, and this is for all your favorite teams. I mean, every team in the league, so you can choose your favorite. They're not a sponsor, but they made a fucking dope-ass hat this year, and I'm wearing it. I saw Matt Ryan wearing this in the first preseason game the other night. I was like, whoo, I'm going to have to fire this up. The bitch of it is, it's like a $40 hat, for Christ's sakes. Not stoked about the price of it, but I'm stoked about this goddamn hats. So go Falcons. Yes, I'm going to be rooting for them this year. We're going to get into the over-under of every single team this year and get wet on today's show. I'm not as down on the Steelers as everybody else is, too, by the way. So
you said you're not as down on them or not as down with them?
Not as down on them. A lot of people are down on the Steelers. I had them winning it all last year.
I'm not down on them.
I mean, I had them. Yes, I had them playing the Falcons last year. I'm not down on the Steelers. A lot of people are down on the Steelers this year because they lost Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown.
They didn't have Le'Veon Bell last year at all anyway, so that shouldn't even factor in.
Well, they didn't make the playoffs last year, so.
No, but they had a decent season.
They were okay. We'll get into how they can improve, but look, getting rid of Antonio Brown might have been the greatest thing they ever did. That fucking guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a great receiver, but if you can't stay on the field and you can't keep your head in the game, then who gives a shit, right?
When you start to get bigger than the game,
yeah,
by showing up in a hot air balloon, I love it.
Like
then,
OBJ and shit.
Then go to practice.
Yeah.
Go to fucking practice. No, Antonio Brown showed up in the hot air balloon.
Oh, I know, but like OBJ showed up in something weird.
Yeah, the Rolls Royce, the orange.
Or was it the Brinks thing?
That was Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, Jalen Ramsey, that's right.
And that was great.
Yeah, that was
Jalen Ramsey went out there, practiced his ass off. I haven't heard a fucking word out of his mouth.
Well, to be fair, Brown probably would have been practicing and had his feet not fallen off of his body completely.
Well, here's the thing. He got into the helmet issue. And
he's trying to get fans involved in it now, and I kind of wonder, like, I like him. I wonder if we should get involved in that.
I don't know, and I'll tell you why. So I did some more research into it. Apparently, there's like 136 versions of a helmet that the NFL approves. I find it hard to believe that you can't get down with one of the 136. The only person's word I'll take on this.
Like he doesn't like the Revolution helmets, the one that has the.
He said the vision's off for him. That it's a little narrower, and he can't see as well as he could see in the old helmets. Look, the only person I'll take their word for on this was Tom Brady actually said, look, man, I'm not a fan of the new helmets, but, you know, I'll fucking get over my life with it. So
yeah,
I'll put the goddamn thing on and play the game. And everybody else has besides Antonio Brown. So we'll see, man. But all of this shit that's gone on with him, it seems like such a fucking Raiders thing to do, man. And it seems like such a Raiders season. So...
Well, I like
off
the
to
fact,
a bizang, dude. I'll tell you that.
I like the fact that Hard Knocks is there.
I do too.
We've already seen some pretty good pre-roll footage
Yeah.
of Gruden going off and talking about I don't have dreams, I have fucking nightmares or something like that.
Entertaining as shit.
Yeah, I love.
Couldn't have picked a better team. I wish they would have waited till they got to Vegas.
I don't understand why they didn't wait. Like,
I don't either.
Last year they did the Browns, and this year with the Browns would have been way better.
Exactly. But they didn't know. You don't know you're going to get OBJ in the offseason, I guess. So
and Kareem
Hunt So you don't know, but if you could have flip-flopped those years, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Browns this year and then Raiders next year would have been awesome.
Well, HBO, let's be frank, they haven't had a good run this year.
Let's be Anne Frank.
Let's be Anne Frank with this one. They put out Game of Thrones. They rushed the last 3 to 4 episodes so badly that everyone hated them.
Yep.
And when they did that, they lost a third of their subscribers after it went off the air because they didn't have a backstop. They didn't have something big coming right after, which you absolutely have to have if you're a company like that.
Yeah.
They fucked up this whole year.
Yeah, they had Big Little Lies this year.
Which is great.
It's great. Well, here's
everybody in that. It's
great.
Fucking great.
Me and my wife enjoy that show, but it was shitty this year, man.
I haven't seen season 2.
I didn't dig it, and it ended super abruptly, and they only had like 7 episodes. It was weird. The one thing I am looking forward to, and I'll give them a shout out, is friend of the show, Edie Patterson. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she's been on the show before. She's starring in The Righteous Gemstones. That is the new Danny McBride show on HBO that starts this Sunday, August 18th.
Does he
with
own
John Goodman?
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's him, John Goodman. Edie's back.
Is Danny acting or is he just writing and directing?
Acting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's starring in it. He's one of the leads, and they got Walt Goggins too, who
again,
such a fan, dude.
Walton, you know his wife,
his
first wife killed herself in like 2003.
Did not know that.
Yeah, like super sad.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. She was on antidepressants and shit, which we can.
He's got a great Twitter, by the way. I mean, Instagram if you follow him.
Does he really? I don't. But
really good.
I've loved. I mean, he's played so many iconic roles. Like in The Shield, he was great. In Justified, he was great. The tranny that he played in fucking Sons of Anarchy, fucking hilarious.
He stole all of Vice Principals, which I love. Vice Principals, one of my favorite shows.
I still haven't watched it yet.
Oh, so good, man. So good. Really picks up after episode 4, and you're in it till the end where you're just like, Jesus Christ. It's awesome. Huge fan of those guys. But yeah, half that cast is back, and they're doing this, The Righteous Gemstones. It's about a bunch of evangelists.
Oh, Adam Devine is in that too.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit. Cassidy Freeman is super funny.
This
is a really good cast.
He does it right, man. And he's down in Charleston. And he makes everybody come down to Charleston too and shoot it so he doesn't have to leave town. That's the fucking dream, brother. We can do it with The Night She Cries while he rides his steed one day.
Yeah. He should be in that movie, probably.
Look, I'd love to have him on it and produce it. There's a role written for Edie, so hopefully, man, we get to that point. But we got to get to that bestseller list. So pick up Thank You for My Service right now. Comes out in 6 days from today.
Yeah, if you're going on the cruise, by the way, you fucked up and forgot to
order a hardback.
Order a hardback early and get it signed.
We'll sign them on the cruise.
Yeah, Matt will be there and Ross will be there. Yep. So get that shit done.
Yeah, man.
And if you're coming to any of our events, so Black Rifle's having a coffee shop opening. I think it's on the 28th of September. Is that right?
Yes.
The 28th
in Texas.
So Matt will be there.
Texas. Yep.
Yeah,
we'll all be there.
We'll all be there. So he'll. And then there's the book signings and at Bragg, at Lewis McCord. I don't even know where all.
And we're doing a live show, I believe, in San Antonio.
Yeah,
Drinkin Bros Live with the whole crew. That'll be fun, man. Looking forward to that. And then quick update. We are on the road in 10 days.
Did you say
update? Update.
Do you want to update them on Tate Martell right quick?
That's exactly why I did it. So Tate Martell, quick update. Tate Martell is not starting for the University of Miami. And we're going to the Miami, Florida game here. And the Drinkin Bros house party. Come to that. That's going to be a fucking blast. And then the next day, we're doing a live show from Tactical Brewery down there in Orlando, Florida.
If you're anywhere near Orlando, you got to be there.
It's going to be a fun weekend. But, dude, Tate Martell is not starting for Miami. When I saw that yesterday, oh, man, did I laugh.
Are you surprised?
I'm extremely surprised. And here's why. He's got a lot of brass on him.
Yeah.
He got a lot of brass inside that brethren, Tate Martell. And he put a tweet out to the entire world when Justin Fields transferred. Mm-hmm. The kid out of Georgia, the wonder kid who was supposed to start for Ohio State this year. And he just said, before he came, he goes, "You better not swing and miss twice, ... Well, guess who just swung and missed twice?
Well,
Tate Martell.
To be fair, he didn't get a swing at all. Like, he got benched, right? The first season. Like, he didn't play.
Who?
Tate Martell?
Well, no, he didn't play. He was a backup to Haskins. Let's face it. Haskins was all-world, 50 touchdowns. Like, should have won the fucking Heisman.
But do you think if he had stayed at Ohio State, he'd be playing this year?
I'd tell you what. I think it would be very, very close. And the reason why, again, if you listen to the college prediction show we did last week, it goes back to knowing the playbook. And so I watched some of the footage from Tate Martell, and he was just overthrowing receivers really fucking bad. He looked awful. And I just think he doesn't know the playbook. Man.
Was he getting under the ball? Could you tell by his throwing motion? Like, if a guy's dragging his elbow and he gets under the ball, he's going to throw high.
Yes. And so,
or was he throwing high because he was misreading receivers' routes?
No. I mean, I'm talking simple drills. The ball was sailing over people's head by like 5 feet.
It seemed
like a yips situation.
That's not even yips. That's bad mechanics, and it's because he didn't do the work. Usually, is why that happens.
Maybe he thought he was going to go in there and start, had no competition. That was going to be it. And their new coach, that Manny Diaz, came in and said, "Fuck you, brother."
Yeah, that's what he should say. Look, I mean, you think Tom Brady comes into every season and doesn't put the work in? Like, he's 42 years old and he's still lighting it up. You think he got there by just assuming he's going to be the best?
Yep. Yeah.
It's fucking stupid, man.
I
This
know.
guy, Tate Martell doesn't belong. If that's his attitude, get the fuck out, bro.
I know. And Ohio State doesn't name their quarterback either. So
his real name, by the way,
Justin Fields doesn't work his ass off, he's not getting it. I can tell you that.
Tate Martell's full name is Tathan.
Tathan, yeah. Oh, you didn't hear that yesterday. So it was trending on Twitter. Everybody was like, first of all, the jokes and the memes were out after that happened yesterday. And he didn't come to practice either the next day, today. So the memes, though, were like, this is why you don't name your kid Tathan. First time I've heard that name used. Tathan.
I mean, look, he probably wasn't going to be. I'm looking at a video of him throwing right now. He's definitely dragging his elbow and getting under the ball.
Well, here's the thing. He runs a lot. So
I mean, he's
5'11". Really fucking fast. Yeah, exactly. He's really fucking fast. But I will say this. He never lost a game in high school. Not one. So,
I didn't either. I didn't play any games in high school. But
you didn't lose them. You didn't lose them. And again, subscribe on YouTube to Drinkin' Bros Podcast. We will be answering all your questions at the end of the episode. So anything you have about your favorite team in the NFL, please write them in the comments, and we'll be answering those at the end of the question. Before we hop into the show, D'Anthony, we got some sponsors who pay for this whole shit wagon to be on the air. First and foremost, mybookie.com. Get wet, get nude. This is one, we're just doing a promo code. Drinkin' Bros. It doubles your deposits from
100 to 3,000.
From 100 to 3,000.
It'll double it. Yeah. So if you put in 3,000, you're going to have 6,000 in the bank.
Crazy. So look, you're just doubling your shit. Drinkin' Bros. We're going to take them out at the top here, dude. We're going to take them out at the top of the season this year. The predictions today, I've already bet. So if you don't believe that I have, I'm just going to put my receipts live on Drinkin' Bros Facebook. We've a Drinkin' Bros sports group, and I'm going to start posting all of my betting receipts. So that way you know what I'm actually betting, and it's fucking real. So I put, before we did this last night, because you and I both do a lot of research on this shit.
Yeah.
I put 8 hard bets in last night where I went hard on over-under win totals for the year, just because I love to watch the entire season and root for people to win and or lose. And we're going to take these motherfuckers down at MyBookie again this year. So go to mybookie.com. They're the only ones that are certified by the show. Type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros. It will double your deposits. And I'm amped about it because we're going to fucking nuke these motherfuckers today, dude. I'm on one. The only thing that I'm pissed off about, by the way, before we get into the other sponsors, is that Cleveland spread got taken down, man. Everybody was betting against Cleveland. Cleveland, the over-under was 10.5 wins for the season. It's down to fucking 9 now, dude. And I didn't get it in time, and I was pissed off about it because they're building a new landing page for us. And
I think,
damn it, man, it's down at 9.
If it's down to 9, I think I'm taking the over on that one. I think they're a 10-win team.
I think we are too. So we'll get to that in a second. Next up, though, D'Anthony, who do we got?
Well, let's go
Ghost bed.
Yeah, let's go ghost on a ghost bed. So I'm moving into a new place
on the river, dude.
On the river,
you got a pimp ass place.
It's very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And I say to ghost bed, I'm like, hey, I don't travel as much as I used to, and it's because you're not in hotels.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand every time I sleep. I don't really sleep when I'm on the road because there's not a ghost bed there. I don't know if it's psychosomatic at this point or what.
Yeah.
Or if I'm just a prissy little bitch.
Probably
a little bit of both.
Probably.
I mean, you've got plans to strap one on your back when we raid Area 51. So
yeah, I'm clapping them cheeks on a ghost bed.
We're very brand loyal.
Yeah.
And ghost bed's the best bed I've ever got. So they're going to send me one.
They are.
I'll make a little video about it. It's not going to be a porn yet, but I might make some pornography.
Yeah. Probably.
And then leak it. And it's going to be me wailing on some chick. And then in the lower right-hand corner, you'll just see like a kind of blurry ghost bed logo. and then all of a sudden after I finish, it'll pan down and then zoom in on the Ghost Bed logo.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I like it a lot, man. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and get yours. Your view is amazing. So if you're going to shoot a porn, boy, that's the fucking place to do it.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
right down the river, downtown Wilmington.
Yep.
Shit, man. Your fucking view for the fireworks is going to be amazing, too. You have a balcony?
Yeah. I'm on the 4th floor
Damn it,
facing
you motherfucker. That's
facing the
nice,
river.
dude.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit with kids. You're
No.
single. You're putting your dick in everything. You're laying it on a ghost bed, brother. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros has got 15% off forever to anybody who's military or first responder. That's sheets, that's pillows, that's mattresses, that's adjustable bases. And for a regular civilian like myself, that bundle package is $7.99, dude. It doesn't get any sexier than that. I'd fucking use the remote on that just to going up. I wouldn't do shit. I'd leave the fucking door open and get Uber Eats just sent into the bed.
I might do that actually. Just eat a big burrito in bed
Should.
with my legs kicked up, spread eagle.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done with the burrito, I throw it into the fucking wall and just start pounding on it.
Yeah.
Spread eagle.
And you,
SE jacking.
the SE jacking, dude. Do it right on a ghost bed. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. As always, 36 months pay as you go program. No interest. No one is doing that on the interwebs. Last but not least, who do we got, Anthony?
We got Roman ED.
Oh, you're goddamn right.
I like to drag out that last part.
Yeah, getroman.com/Drinkin Bros. So, free shipping.
For all your dick needs.
Yeah, all your dick needs, all that boner needs. Free shipping, by the way.
Yeah.
Free doctor. You don't have to go to a doctor. So it's online. It's fucking free.
Yeah, I recently went through the whole process, even though they give them to us promotionally.
Yeah.
But I went through the whole process just to see what it was like. So I went through this. I answered a bunch of questions. Took like 3 minutes maybe to do it.
Yeah.
I say a bunch. I don't want you to feel like it's a lot of questions. I answered the questions for about 3 minutes. And then about 10 minutes later, I got an email from a doctor. I looked him up. He's a fucking internist in Boston. He's a fucking legit dude. And his rating on the doctor rating website, he's a real guy. It's not some bullshit. He's like a legit fucking doctor.
Uh-huh.
And he came back with recommendations and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah.
It's legit as fuck.
Let's do
And
it.
the pills, I looked up the price versus what the price would be on insurance or if I just paid for them by myself. And they're about a fifth of the cost. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's the best. Look,
to go, brother.
they're all over ESPN and every sporting channel there
Yeah.
is. They're fucking going hard because you don't have to go to a doctor, man. You can just sit at home, order your fucking boner pills, they'll ship right to your house, discreet packaging, all that shit. GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros. Free shipping, free doctor visit online, and you can get hard all weekend and just fuck. Maybe make a little baby. Maybe make a little baby and fuck. Baby and fuck.
I got to tell you, if somebody is able to prove that they used Roman to get someone pregnant on a ghost bed,
Yep.
I will buy you a fucking brand new ghost bed.
Boom. Also, send us a video of it, too.
No,
We
you've
wanna
got to
see the
prove that it
lady.
happened.
Yeah, I want to see a video of this. I want to see a video of the ladies. Let's get to the 2019 NFL season, D'Anthony. It's here. It's finally here. Nobody's playing. Nobody's playing right now in preseason.
Are you sure?
This is man, I do not like this trend.
Well, here's the thing. The players have been trying to argue to get some of these games eliminated for years, and now they're just like, hey, you know what? Fuck you.
We're not playing at all.
We're eliminating them by not playing.
We're in we're heading into week 2 right now.
We won't know, though, until next year if this actually hurts ratings, probably, right?
So the ratings have been awful. For the entire first week, they've been awful. No one is playing. You take the first game, that Hall of Fame game, Matt Ryan and those guys didn't even suit up for the Falcons.
Yeah. I mean,
Julio
look,
Jones didn't show up. They
usually-
said Julio wasn't playing the entire preseason about 3 weeks ago. They were
Yeah.
like, nah, he's good.
Usually the first game or the second game, they play one series.
Right.
Quarterbacks and receivers and running backs will play one series and they come out.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen, like, the first game, most guys skipped it altogether, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in game 2 if they play a series. Sometimes, like, I remember earlier in the 2000s, one of the games, either 2, 3, or 4, the starting offense would play the first half.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least a whole quarter or
100%.
something. That's not the case
And
anymore.
usually game 4, they would all sit out.
Yeah.
But they're not even
I don't know if
doing
that's
that anymore.
ever going to be the case anymore.
I don't either, man. I don't either.
really give a shit, to be honest. Just televise the camps, man. That's more entertaining. Like, to me, it's more entertaining to watch them like BTS, behind the scenes style.
Sure.
Here, mic up all the coaches, and then fucking just let it rip. Put it on a 7-second delay so you can bleep out all the profanity because there's going to be a lot.
Oh, yeah, a ton.
But you know what? Fuck it, man. People want to see that shit. I would rather see that than see a bunch of fucking practice squad guys play.
Same. Preseason's dead.
Like, why not have announcers like guys who are experts about the game? Like Gruden, when he was with ESPN, for example, like a brilliant quarterback mind. Like,
yes.
He just knows that. And to hear it, like, if we were watching Mahomes, for example, go through his drills and whatever the fuck with all of his receivers in his offense, and real time you heard Gruden like breaking down what he's doing and what he's doing well, what he's not doing well, what he's working on. That would be way more entertaining than watching a bunch of fucking practice squad guys.
I agree. Let's start with the AFC, D'Anthony. Oh boy, you feel sad about the AFC this year.
I feel sad that people are fucking dogging on Pittsburgh so much. I don't understand it.
Well,
man.
we'll get to them. We're gonna start in the AFC East. All right, and we're gonna start off with our favorite team,
the Bills Mafia.
AFC. Yes, sir. Hashtag Bills Mafia.
We're gonna try to get up there for a game this year.
I'd love to.
We have a bunch of fucking listeners and a couple of friends. This female police officer up there is super cool, and they have a nice. Well, I say nice. They have a fucking tailgate. I don't know if nice is the right word.
Who cares? You're in Buffalo.
They don't allow them to bring tables to jump through anymore.
No, they don't do it.
Yeah, so
let's get wet in Buffalo.
We're gonna have to get more creative.
Who gives a shit? Buffalo Bills. So last year, before the season started, when I picked my favorite quarterback coming out of the draft, it was Josh Allen. I thought Josh Allen had the goods, and I still do, by the way. Big dude, strong dude, and a great fucking runner. Last year, he wasn't so accurate. He ended up playing about 3/4 of the games for the Bills. Fantasy football-wise, if you're looking for the highest score for the last 4 games of the season, you're looking at Josh Allen. The motherfucker was running for 150 yards a game. I think he can be great. They have no receivers and no goddamn running backs to speak of. They're still riding with Shady McCoy back there, and to my knowledge, I believe they picked up Frank Gore, who's still alive.
Man, is he still alive? I thought he and Epstein were both going to be gone. So,
no. It's him and Keith Richards, man. They're the only ones going to be left after the apocalypse.
Shady McCoy he carried the ball 161 times for 515 yards last year.
Yeah.
3.2 average. That's not going to cut it in the NFL.
He is 59 years old
He's
now.
31. I mean, for a running back,
that's it.
Unless you're Terrell Davis or something like that, you're pretty much done at that point.
Yeah. Or you mean Adrian Peterson. Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, yeah. Any of those guys. Josh Allen is very good, but I'm looking at this schedule. They open up with the Jets. That's going to be a really interesting game because it's at the Jets, and we don't know what the Jets are going to look like this year.
But I'll tell you this. The Jets are going to be fucking hyped. That crowd's going to be fucking hyped. They got...
And you've got the...
I don't even know because the spreads aren't out yet for that opening week yet.
No, but
I can tell you the Jets are winning that fucking game.
Oh, they're definitely going to win that game, and that's Le'Veon Bell is got a year and a half worth of fucking rest now, so he should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, something in me thinks that he's going to get injured in that first game.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think he might. I don't know if you can bet on that or not, but if you could
Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah. I think if you could bet on it, I would take that bet. Not that I would wish it on him. I think I don't have a problem with any of the shit he did. I think he did the right thing. I don't think it worked out that well for him. But
all of these running backs who sit out usually end up having a shitty year, right?
Yeah.
The difference with him, if there's one guy who can beat it, I think it's him, and it's simply because of that style of running. He's not a bruising running back.
No.
He takes his time with those weird fucking jump cuts. Yeah. I think if his training was up to par and his hamstrings, are fine and all that shit, I think he'll be all right, but I think he'll get off to a slow start, and he'll be great after, like, week 4.
That's what I think. After week 4, he'll be good if he makes it that far. The problem that I see is that for a guy that cuts like that, he's not a Barry Sanders style. He doesn't manufacture his own runs necessarily.
Right.
He follows the offensive line, and he doesn't know how they break yet. He doesn't know which guy favors which side and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You run plays, and offensive linemen, they push to one side or the other. but they have a favorite side, one that they're better on. And you can usually read, like if you have a guy that's defensive end that's strong on the left side, and you have a guy that blocks well on the right side, chances are you're going to be able to you're going to take runs to the left, but you're going to end up having to cut back. A guy like Le'Veon Bell that runs that style knows that. So he's going to do that shit, but he has to have that data first to be able to make those changes. I think week 5 he's going to blow up.
Yeah, I think they pick apart the Bills in week 1.
But then they play the Giants next week. I think they destroy the Giants.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to do what are you talking about? The Bills?
The Bills, yeah.
Yeah, the Bills, yeah.
And then they play the Bengals. I don't know about that one either because the Bengals are they're a middle-of-the-road team, but they can play really well sometimes. Like they can come out and tear it up some days.
The over-under for wins on the Bills this year is 7.
Yeah, I'm under on that.
I think I am too. I think it's going to be 6.
I don't see 7 wins. I think they'll beat the Giants. I think they will beat Tennessee. I think they'll beat Miami probably both times.
I don't think they'll beat Tennessee. The Bills?
Yeah.
No.
I think they'll beat Tennessee. I think they lose to Washington. I think they lose to Philadelphia. I think they probably beat Washington. Lose to Cleveland. Maybe lose one of those Miami games. They probably do okay against Denver. Baltimore, I don't know. It depends on this fucking quarterback, if you want to call him that.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what the fuck's going to happen there this year. But I don't see 7 wins on this board.
I don't either. I see 6 for this, and I think you're fine taking the under. And it sucks for Bills fans, man. I want them to have a good team.
Yeah.
I really do. And this, hopefully any Bills fans out there, like, know this. Dan and I respect your fucking partying skills, the way you guys finger blast girls at games. Look that up, by the way, because we got a bunch of photos of just dudes finger blasting drunk girls at games. I love all of it. I love cigs inside. I love vaping in the stadium. Whatever the fuck you guys are doing up there, we're all about it. We want to see you guys win a fucking championship one year. It's just not going to be this year. You're a 5 or 6 win team. A lot of people are saying, hey man, Zay Jones could be a sleeper this year.
I think he will be, actually.
I do too, because he has no one to throw to.
I don't think it's enough.
I don't either, and he's got no one to throw to there. He's got Cole. They picked up Cole Beasley, which, scrappy little dude. They got John Brown as the receiver. Andre Roberts is there. It's like, man, all these guys are just kind of journeyman, middle of the road dudes. Besides Zay Jones, obviously, and they don't have it, but they've got a good defense. So they're on the way there. I don't understand what they did in the offseason with picking up Frank Gore and keeping LaShawn McCoy.
I think they're just buying time.
I guess, man. So either way, I'm excited to watch this kid, Josh Allen, man. 6'5", 237. Big boy. I'd like to hope that they're on the right path and they can get it together here, because I think we all win, Dan, when the Bills are good.
They got TJ Yeldon too.
Yeah, well, they got 30 running backs back there, so
Jesus Christ.
Good luck with the whole shit. TJ Yeldon didn't look that great in Jacksonville, so we'll see.
He had flashes, but nothing consistent.
Sorry, Bills fans, but it's a 5 or 6 win team. Miami Dolphins, last year.
This is Craig Dulesky's NFL team, by the way, which
is it really?
It makes me want to fucking rain hate on them all day.
Figures. The Dolphins haven't been good since Ace Ventura, and I don't think this is their year.
Well, they're starting with Fitzpatrick, right?
Fitzmagic is their starting quarterback, and they've already named him that. Yeah, is on the bench.
I think Rosen probably. If you're Miami, you want Rosen to take over at some part during the season. I hope.
If you're Rosen, if you're Miami, just start Rosen the whole year. See if that's your guy, and then after that, if he's not, then go draft a quarterback. There's going to be 300 amazing quarterbacks in next year's draft.
In the next 2 years of drafts, there's a lot.
So if I'm Miami, start Rosen, start him the entire year. They're not going to do this, obviously, because they're the Dolphins. But start Rosen, start him the entire year. See if he's that dude or not. If he's not, great. Then you tanked out on the season. You can get the top pick in the draft. You can go for Herbert or Jake Fromm, wherever you're going to finish if you're in the onesie-twosies up there at the top, and then start over from there, man. Kenny Ballage is back there, the running back. He looked great in stretches last year. They got a couple decent running backs, but
they don't have any receivers. I mean, Kenny Stills
Kenny Stills.
He's their best receiver, and he caught 40 passes last year?
Yeah.
In 15 games. Yeah. And their number 2 is Devontae Parker, and he only played 11 games, and I think he caught 30 passes or something like that. So, not enough, guys.
Yeah, so look, this is one of the lowest over-under win totals for the season here.
What is it?
4.5 for the Dolphins. And I think I actually think that's right where it should be.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a 4-win team, 4 to 5 win team. You're playing with fire if you decide to bet this one. I'm not going to, because it wouldn't surprise me to see them go 3-13.
Here's the problem. Unlike Buffalo, who was number 2 in total defense last year, and they've had the best rush defense for the best pass rush for the last 2 consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a shot in some of these games, right?
Yeah.
If they can just keep it close, who knows what the fuck's going to happen? Miami doesn't. They're 29th in total defense last year.
And I look, a lot of you guys are going to kind of come at me and say they almost made the playoffs last year. Every game last year that they played was a fucking miracle. There was 7 by 7 games, and one was a miracle against the Patriots. Remember that lateral when they were? I mean, come on, man. Yeah, so you're playing with fire on this one. I'm definitely not going to take it because I could see them going 3-13 and not making the over on this. So I'm not touching the Dolphins. They're going to be just as awful as last year. And look, good luck down there. Godspeed, brother. Hey, at least the Super Bowl is in Miami this year, you know?
Yeah, we'll go down there for that.
If you want to see a great team play in the Miami Dolphins stadium this year, go to the Super Bowl, because it definitely won't be during the regular season for them.
It will not.
Next up, the Patriots. God damn it, man. The Patriots.
I'm bored just thinking about them right now.
I am too, man. I am too. It hurts my soul to even talk about this team. It hurts my soul that they won the fucking Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
So goddamn boring. And this style of play this year, if you thought it was boring last year,
it's going to be even worse. Yeah.
Buckle up, because Brady's got an extra year on him. So those intermediate passes that were 12 yards last year are going to be about 9 this year. You know, there's nothing like a 9-yard out to Julian Edelman to really wet that beak on a fucking Sunday afternoon. My God, man, I respect the greatness of Tom Brady. I really do. And I'm not a Tom Brady hater. I can acknowledge that he may be the greatest. I don't know if it's him or the head coach. But either way, I can tell you this. They've got the greatest football coach of all time. And I don't think there's any debate on that. I think Belichick is the best to have ever done it. Yeah. And if you're going to fucking back up your Landry bullshit, those Cowboys fans, you can take that fucking train elsewhere, my man, because it's Belichick by a mile. He hasn't had any talent on this.
We don't know what they're going to look like as a team yet, though. I mean, they have Demaryius Thomas on their.
But he's got Demaryius Thomas.
We don't know if he's going to come back.
Like,
we don't know when. We don't know if Josh Gordon's going to come back.
No.
Like, if he comes back and he's in shape, he is a great receiver.
Yeah, but how high is he going to be?
I don't know.
How many games is he going to get suspended?
And N'Keal Harry is actually really good too. Like, a lot of people are super high on him. He's 21 years old, and he's like,
that was their top draft choice.
A lot of people are super high on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And look, you can't come into a better situation than having a guy like having Demaryius Thomas and Josh Gordon not being able to play, but being able to talk to you, and having Edelman in front of you.
It's amazing.
That's a great, and Tom Brady throwing to you.
It's amazing.
If he fails, it's on him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. God damn it. I believe in James White. So if you're out there in Fantasyland, James White's, and Edelman too. He's gonna have 1 million catches, probably for 58 yards. Edelman's gonna have like 11 catches a game for 58 yards.
Yeah.
And James White's gonna have 4,000 catches. So go for those guys. By the way, I'm still doing mock drafts for fantasy football. Brady is going in like second to the last round. I mean, it is insane, man. So nobody believes in Brady this year. I hate to bet against the Patriots, because every time I do, I learn my lesson. I get a nice stern backhand to the beak every time I bet against the Patriots. But I'm looking at this over-under, Dan, and this is such a big boy number, it's hard to comprehend. 11. 11 is the over-under win total for the Patriots. Now, they play the Dolphins twice.
Yeah.
For some reason, they never play well in Miami. I don't know what that is. But they always thrash them up in New England. This division is, how do we say, shitty in French? I believe it's still shitty.
Yeah.
So you're going to pick up a lot of wins there. But they've got to go on the road. They got to play the Browns.
They do, but I think they'll win week 1 against Pittsburgh.
Whew, I don't know. I don't know in that game, to be honest with you.
I think they'll win.
Roethlisberger's a fucking gamer. I believe in a lot in Pittsburgh this year.
I do too, but it's in New England, and they're.
It is in New England.
Yeah, they're going to be super hyped up. I think they win that. Then they play at Miami. Who knows? But they should win that game.
They should win that game. Yeah.
Then they play the Jets in week 3, which is before Bell is going to be back to full form. So I think they should win that one as well. And I think they're going to win Buffalo and Washington and the Giants after that. That's 6-0 right there.
Fucking A.
So that, I mean, it's a downhill.
Maybe 5-1 if they have a slip,
5-1.
Either way, that's great.
At the worst. So
fucking
I mean,
great. Who else they got?
After that, they've got the Jets again. That's week 7. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough
It's
one.
also in the Meadowlands, so that's a whole different sitch. They're playing Cleveland. They're playing them at home. They're playing them at Gillette. So we'll see what happens.
That'd be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that'll be a great game. Then they play at Baltimore. That's always a tough out. But they should win that one too. They play at Philly. That's a tough back-to-back right there.
Yeah, that is.
But then they play Dallas, and Dallas is in disarray right now. We don't know what they're going to look like later in the year, but I don't think that they're going to go into.
We don't know what Dallas is going to look like in an hour.
Yeah, I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going to go into New England in Week 12 and beat the Patriots.
I don't see it either, man.
Then they play at Houston. They play Kansas City at home, which is that's
great.
That's a great fucking game. Then they play the Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins to close out the season. Two of those games at home. That's 3 wins.
3 wins right there.
So I think.
God damn it, man.
I think 11 is where they're supposed to be. I'm not going to bet this because I think it's a push.
12-4. So you need 12-4 to beat the spread here.
Yeah,
it's going to be awfully close. But they've got a good shot at it.
The best. Let's see. Let me see how to say this. I think something that's working in their favor to win that many games is just who's in their division.
Yep.
Like if the Jets are doing well, they're going to have to keep playing at the end of the year. Or if Pittsburgh has a resurgent year, they're going to have to keep playing to get that home field advantage.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be the difference.
Yeah. And it seems like it's like that every single year for them.
Yeah.
Every single year it seems like it's New England against Pittsburgh to try to get the best record. Now they're up against the Chiefs for best record. So
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. The Colts are going to be pretty good this year. The Browns are going to be good.
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to play deep into the year, whereas in years past it hasn't been like that. So that's a coin toss of whether or not they get it. But if Brady stays healthy, it should be right around there, man. Me personally, I don't bet it. It's just because I don't.
It's not because I don't think they can do it. I just think it's going to be a push.
I do too. Yeah.
I think it's likely a push, and there's
11-5.
There's 32 teams to bet on. You don't have to fucking bet on every one.
Exactly. Next up, last in the AFC East is the Jets. Jets. Led by Sam Darnold, who I emotionally channel as. He is back.
He's a squishy face retard,
and he's a great quarterback.
Well, he threw 15 picks last year.
But he was a rookie, and on a shitty team, man. He showed flashes of greatness. Look, as much as I make fun of Sam Darnold, I believe in him. I believe in the free agency pickups. They really fucking improved that defense. They're gonna have a great defense this year.
Yeah, the defense is gonna be good.
Le'Veon Bell, if he returns to form, he's a young dude still. He's 27 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, he's good to go, man. So if he can pick it up this year, and they've got look, Robbie Anderson is always sleepy. Robbie Anderson reminds me of Wiz Khalifa. That guy is always good for 1,000 yards, man. He's always good for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, even on a shitty team. So imagine with Le'Veon Bell back there.
Well, their third receiver is Jamison Crowder, and he was injured last year, but before that, he averaged like 800 yards
on the Redskins.
800 yards a year. I mean, he was catching about 60 to 70 passes a year. So
he was a big flex guy for me on fantasy football when he was healthy in his prime.
Yeah.
So I like Jamison Crowder. I like Robbie Anderson. I like Le'Veon Bell. I love their defense. I think they're gonna have a great defense this year. The over-under.
They got Quinnen Williams. He's a difference maker.
I wanted him so fucking bad on the Falcons.
Yeah.
I was near tears that night of the draft because I wanted him so bad. I'm high on the Jets. The over-under for the Jets this season is 7.
Let me look at that schedule.
Yeah, you might want to pull that up because it seems low to me. I think this is a 9-7 team. I really do.
I mean, a lot of it
8-8 at worst. So I'm taking this. I'm taking the over on the Jets.
They play Buffalo twice.
Yeah. They play the Dolphins twice.
They play the Dolphins twice. They play the Giants.
Yeah, they do, brother.
They play Jacksonville, and who knows what the fuck that's going to look like. Washington. I think Washington's going to have a very tumultuous season this year.
Up and down, yeah.
And they play the Bengals, play Baltimore, but it's at Baltimore. It's tough. I think they win 8, maybe 9 games.
I'm taking the over. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm taking the over on this. I believe in the Jets this year.
I'm not seeing 9 losses, like 9 definitive losses here. I don't know why they would do that.
I'm not either. So
like those first 4 weeks are going to be tough for them, but week 4 is a bye week, so that's only 3 games you're talking about, right?
And then homeboy Le'Veon Bell will have an extra week to rest.
Yeah.
Get back ready for the rest of the season. I'm fine with this. I believe in the Jets this year. So, dare I say they might be a wild card contender?
I think they're a wild card contender. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm
don't get your fucking hopes up, guys. But
don't get your boners up unless you're using Roman.
Don't get boned up.
But yeah, AFC North. Oh boy. I'm going to save the best for last in this division because I'm really, really excited about the Cleveland Browns, and we're going to save them for last in this division. We'll start with the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore, off season, they got Mark Ingram. Sexy pick. I like Mark Ingram.
He's 29 though.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 more good years left.
He only played 12 games last year.
Well, Alvin Kamara's playing all the times, and he was suspended for the first 4 for Drogas.
Yeah, if he can stay on the field, I mean, he's a 1,000-yard guy. So
if he can stay on the field, can Lamar Jackson stay on the field? Running that much, I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, look, he's young.
I still do not believe in Lamar Jackson. I also believe in the fact that the NFL teams have a bunch of tape on Lamar Jackson now.
Yeah,
you can try to figure out how to slow this fucking guy down.
Well, look. No one ever, like, people. Do you remember when? Well, of course you do. You remember Vic. No one ever figured out how to slow him down. He just got hurt.
Yeah.
Like he changed a lot like Steph Curry did. He changed the way defenses had to play because they had to have a spy in their secondary to watch him or one of their linebackers maybe, like all the time. You were dedicated to Vic, and if he breaks, you have to fucking go cover him.
He was the most exciting player to watch. He was amazing.
Probably ever.
He was my favorite player before.
He drowned dogs, yeah. So Lamar Jackson is not Michael Vick.
No.
Not even in the same. He's nowhere near.
No, not
Michael
even
Vick.
close.
But he is explosive. He's very fucking fast.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to throw the ball to win necessarily. He can throw the ball 15, 16 times a game and still win games.
But that means homeboy Ingram is going to have to load up on touches this year.
I don't know if a 29-year-old can handle that kind of shit, to be honest.
I don't either. And let's face it, he's been splitting time the last 2 years with Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
It's, you're not a full-time bruiser, so does he have that in him? I don't know. The over-under win total for the Ravens this year is 8.5.
Yeah. Well,
on my bookie.
I think let me look at the schedule, but they have Gus Edwards still too. And
they don't have Suggs leading the defense, and that was the heart and soul of that team.
They don't, but Gus Edwards carried the ball 140 times last year, 5.2 average, and he's 240 pounds. He's a bruiser, so he can get in there and take some of those hits.
He can. Watching these games, though, boy.
Oh, it's gonna suck, dude. Well, we'll see, right? I don't know if these guys can catch the ball at all.
Before I saw this over/under win total for me, I said this was an 8-8 team.
Mm-hmm.
And the magic number is 8.5 right now on mybookie.com. So, look, I'm staying with that, or I'm staying. I think they regress and go 7-9. I personally don't bet this one, but I don't see the.
You said it's 8.5?
Yeah.
I'll take the under on that.
Yeah.
I see maybe 8 wins unless they slip. So, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I think 7-9. It's not. Look, this isn't my favorite bet on the planet, but I don't believe in Baltimore, and I think Lamar Jackson shows his ass this year. I know he looked good in that one series of preseason, and people are losing their dicks over it. But relax, dude. Wait till the real season starts. No
one gives a fuck about the preseason.
No, nobody cares.
Every year somebody has a good preseason. Everyone's like, "Oh man, they're going to be good this year," and then they immediately suck.
Yeah. Next up is the Cincinnati Bengals. Why? Why do they continue to play football?
I don't know. He's not the guy. Joe Mixon is a fucking very good running back.
Joe Mixon is great, when he's not punching women. And he's going to be getting a lot of touches this year. In fantasy football,
I mean, he carried the ball.
In fantasy football, times. He's in all these mock drafts. He's going at the end of the first round, beginning of the second. So they're going to give the ball a lot to Joe Mixon because they have to. AJ Green is going to be out for a while, they said, for that torn tendon in his ankle.
Yeah.
He was hurt last year anyways. you're off to a bad start in Cincinnati already. Andy Dalton,
17. He didn't play at all that next season.
So
So I don't know what he played last year. He caught 21 passes, but come on, man.
to me, man, Cincinnati, watching this team play, to me, this is a 4 or 5 win team.
Caught 21 passes.
Yeah,
That's bad.
That's good.
That's really, really bad.
Over under on mybookie.com for the Cincinnati Bengals is, I think 5 wins is the Bengals year this year.
I'm looking at their home games, which they play better at home typically. San Francisco, that's going to be a tough team to play this year too.
No shit.
Arizona, that's a win for anybody. Well, we don't know yet.
We don't know.
Murray may light it up, but we'll see.
We don't know.
But then Jacksonville, that defense is coming in. They got to play the Rams at home.
They got to play Pittsburgh twice, Cleveland twice, Baltimore twice.
And they got to play the fucking Patriots too.
Forget it.
Way, dude.
It's a 5-win team.
And they're playing Oakland at home.
And who knows? Who knows what Oakland's going to be like? I'm saying 4 or 5 wins, and I'm taking the under on this one.
Fuck that.
Hardcore. Next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people sleeping on the Steelers this year because they lost Antonio Brown. They lost Le'Veon Bell. Roethlisberger is, 38 years old. I believe in the Steelers, man. I think everybody's sleeping on them, and I think they can have a good year. Run me, because the Simon Schuster kid.
Schuster.
Is, yeah.
He fucking he had like
the Simon and Schuster
1,400 yards.
Simon and Schuster. That's a big publisher. That was my publisher for the first book.
Yeah, I know who Simon and Schuster is, dickhead. He caught 111 passes, 1,400 yards last year. He is legit as fuck.
He is in fantasy. He's going early too.
Yeah,
he's going around pick 14 or 15 if you're doing that.
And we all know what James Conner can do. I think
I like James Conner. Who's behind James Conner? They got somebody great behind him too. That's Jalen Samuels kid. I picked him up off the waiver wire, dude, towards the end of the season. Started lighting people with him.
He's a big dude. He's 225.
When James Conner was hurt. He's great.
He averages like 4.5 yards a carry.
Yeah,
he's not fucking around. And
they got Vance McDonald back there.
Yeah, Dante Moncrief is okay. Vance McDonald's a good tight end. I think and their defense is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's look down this schedule, see who they got.
Read it off, D'Anthony.
At the Patriots, first game. That's a tough game.
It is.
Then they play Seattle at home. That can also be a tough game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They play at San Francisco. That also can be a tough game.
Can be a tough game.
Then it lightens up a little bit. They've got Cincinnati and Baltimore at home after that.
Okay.
Those are both wins.
Yeah.
They play the Rams in L.A., but I don't think playing in L.A. is not a thing because no one gets.
There's no home field advantage.
That's like a neutral site thing. So we'll just have to see who's better during the season. I think the Rams have a fucking really good defense.
They have great defense.
I don't know if those two things offset each other because we don't know what Gurley's going to look like this year.
No.
Does he even come back to his old form?
I don't know, man. You don't draft a running back that early in Darrell Henderson if you believe in Gurley. I can tell you that.
Well, they play the Rams week 10. Before that, they play Miami, so they'll win that game.
Yeah.
But then they play Indianapolis, and look.
Another tough one.
It's another
Depends
tough
on how Andrew Luck is. He's got a bone bruise. He's not playing at all.
Yeah. Then they play the Rams after that. They play at Cleveland. Then they play Cincinnati again. That's a win. Then Cleveland comes to Pittsburgh. Then they play Arizona, Buffalo, and the Jets and Baltimore to close the season.
They got a decent stretch there at the end. So the over/under win total on mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your bets is 9.
I'm taking the over on.
I am too.
I think they're a 10-win team.
I think they're a 10-win team as well. I think they make the playoffs and they shock a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
I think they silence all the fucking doubters and they tell Antonio Brown to go fuck himself for all of that nonsense that happened in the offseason with him. Next up, this is what we came here for, kids. There's 2 teams probably that everybody came for on this show. Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Cleveland Browns round out the division, so we'll start with the Cleveland Browns here. Man, oh man. We talked about the Bills earlier, about how excited we are for a good fan base to have a great team, right? Same goes with Cleveland. They've got a great fan base, just waiting for 100 years to have a decent team. It appears, D'Anthony, that they finally have it. It appears that they have, on paper, the most exciting team in the NFL.
We'll see. I mean, look, if anybody can fuck it up,
It's the Browns.
Yeah.
And with the Browns, they picked up OBJ,
yeah.
Kareem Hunt. Those are two big baller moves, dude, to go along with Jarvis Landry, who I love, dude. I think Jarvis Landry is great.
Yeah.
I think they're tight end. Njoku is great. I think he has the potential to be great. And they also picked up a lot of good free agents on their defense.
Yeah.
Denzel Ward, man, is the shit, too. There. Boy, the only question mark is Mayfield.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, look, he's got all the tools that you could ever want. Like, you could run a split back with Chubb and Hunt.
Wow. It's not 6 feet, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's got all the tools except for height.
Yeah.
You bet.
But there's also, I think with Murray more so than Mayfield, there's a benefit to that. Like, if you can't see the defensive line, they can't see you either. That's a thing.
Yeah.
So, look, I mean, for a guy like Murray who likes to run, that's a thing. That's a benefit.
Yeah.
But for Mayfield, who's mostly going to be throwing over them, maybe it's not, right?
Maybe.
But it hasn't affected him so far. It didn't affect him in college. So we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously the NFL is not college football.
It is not.
And the guys are taller, and they know when to jump. But he didn't. How many passes did he get batted down last year? It wasn't as many as I thought.
Me neither. And look, the one thing I will say, though, is now you have game tape on Mayfield.
You do, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But look, you can run a split back with Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and you got Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham on the
There's
outside.
Just so much talent on this team.
And that's
it's
not
disgusting.
even, and that's not even including Njoku.
Njoku. So here's look. I like the Browns fans. I
Go
love the
through
Browns
the whole
fans.
thing though, because they started out at 10, right?
Yes, yeah. So they started off at 10 and a
This is
half
like 2 weeks
wins.
ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago was the over-under on mybookie.com and
so
in
many
Vegas
people
and
are
everywhere.
hating on them.
So not hating on them, right? They have a really fucking tough schedule.
Yeah.
So it's not the hatred for the Browns. Is now this me, who was at Kelly in Vegas, we had a separate chat as soon as this dropped a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I am putting the house down on the under on 10 and a half, and apparently everybody else did as well. Now it's down to 9. It is all the way down to 9 wins, which if you're at 9 wins, that means you're a 9-7 team, according to Vegas.
I'm looking at 10 wins here.
Same. So, but according to Vegas, they're a 9-7 team,
No.
maybe 10, maybe 8-8, right?
Yeah.
Now I am totally all in on the over on this. I
Yeah.
think they're a 10-6 team, and
honestly,
and I think they go to the playoffs. The only thing that can fucking derail this is if Baker Mayfield, week 3, gets his collarbone broken by the Rams.
That's a really specific, very specific thing. Like he's probably going to get hurt this year.
Well, if I said it was that Donald broke his little collarbone,
Maybe.
in week 3, would that be too specific?
That would be
Aaron Donald.
That'd be like if Hillary Clinton had put out her condolences to Epstein a day before he died.
Or if we did a show and we asked our supermodel guest on Friday if she knew Jeffrey Epstein and that he would die the next day, and we said that.
Yeah.
So it would be like that, wouldn't it? Aaron Donald breaking that collarbone week 3. Baker Mayfield, if he can avoid that, and that's my prediction. If he can avoid that, that's a 10-win team, and they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is, by the way, for Browns fans, you guys are the most exciting team in the NFL. I will be watching every Browns game.
Well, they're 1A and 1B with the Chiefs, I think.
Yes, but I know what the Chiefs are going to do, right?
Yeah.
Because of how great they were last year, and I love watching them, and it's a blast.
Yeah.
However, with this Browns team in Mayfield, man, there's a spark in this little fucker that even
he's
though
cocky as fuck, but
I enjoy. I enjoy cocky. The only time I didn't enjoy him was when he played Ohio State, because I was at that fucking game, and he planted the flag afterwards on the field.
Well, win the game, and you can stop stuff like that from happening, right?
Exactly.
That's what you got to do. Look, if you don't like a guy that's super cocky, go beat him.
And I told this story on the I think I told this on the show. I don't know if I did. So afterwards, after the game was over, I was on the parking lot, and on Twitter, somebody had hit me up and said, "Hey, man, what do you think about Baker planting that flag at Ohio State?" And I go, But no lie, the exact tweet was like, "Fuck him." It let him have the moment. He'll be the best CFL player you've ever seen in for the Toronto Argonauts. No lie. Then this is probably an hour and a half after the game. 10 minutes later, I get a like. I get a like on it from Baker Mayfield himself. I screenshot it and save it. We're going to post it up in Drinkin' Bros Sports. And it's amazing. But when he did that, when he liked that tweet, I was like, what a ballsy little motherfucker. And he's on social media this fast after he should be celebrating a win. He's not. He's already thinking about the next game and all the people that fucking hate him and don't think he's going to amount to shit.
He's very driven.
He's very, very driven. And if he can avoid a broken collarbone against the Rams, this is going to be the funnest team to watch in the NFL. I would love nothing more than, because we go to the Super Bowl every year and cover it and do a bunch of live shows there. I would love nothing more than to see the Browns come out of the AFC and play for the fucking Super Bowl down in Miami this year.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
It would be awesome. The energy in that stadium would be off the charts, man. And I hope they do it, but we'll get into our Super Bowl picks later. In the meantime, I am taking the over at 9 right now.
Yeah, I mean,
saying
look,
they're going to win 10 games.
You would have been right 2 weeks ago to take the under at 10.5, and you would be right now to take the over at 9. I think.
Yeah.
So
next up, the AFC South. We got the Tennessee Titans. Man, it's hard to care about this team. What I will say is this: Derrick Henry is going to be carrying a much larger load this year. The coaching staff has already said it. After the last 3 performances, the last 3 games of last year were something to believe in. A lot of people won their fantasy football championships with Derrick Henry. 2 of those games, he ran for over 200 yards, and he looked like a fucking man on fire. I hope he has the same kind of season this year, because let's face it, Mariota needs it. Mariota's always getting hurt. They're going to have to hand off the ball fucking 9,000 times to Derrick Henry this year.
That's kind of sad, though, because we really haven't seen what kind of quarterback Mariota can be. Not necessarily because he's injury prone. It's because he's on his back every goddamn fucking play, man. Having a guy like Derrick Henry getting 225, 250 touches a year will stop some of that.
Yeah.
Because you can't fucking put 7 dudes in the box or come up on the pass rush like that if you got a guy that can run that well. But who is he throwing to? Adam Humphries.
Look, that Corey
is pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a Clemson guy. 816 yards last year, 76 receptions.
Delaney Walker is their, it's tight end. He's good, but he's 35 years old this year.
Yeah.
He's 1 concussion from retirement. They don't have the receiving core.
I'm not seeing it. I mean, Tylan Taylor's all right.
Run through. Who's that fucking Corey kid?
Corey Davis.
There it is, Corey Davis.
Yeah, he's not bad. I mean, he's
he can be really good. The problem is Mariota is hurt half the year, so we don't know what he can do. I think he can be great, but Mariota's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay upright, and I think handing the ball off to somebody like Derrick Henry is going to take the load off. Looking at their over-under win total for the year, it's at 8, and I think that's exactly where it should be. I think this is an 8-8 team. Could they overachieve and go 9-7 and make the wild card? Yeah, they could. But it all depends on the health of Mariota, and I don't trust it enough to bet it, to be honest with you.
I honestly think they're more likely to be a 7-9 team than they are to be a 10-6 team.
Same. But right now it's 8. Rather. So could they be an 8-8 team? You bet. This is exactly where I peg them to be. But I don't bet this one, and I stay away from it. I'd like to just see him one healthy season out of Mariota to see what he's like.
I mean, they've got a top 10 defense, so they can stay competitive.
Yeah, and they got a great running back.
Yeah.
If he has, if he looks the same as he did Henry the last 3 games of the year, yes, they could sneak into a wild card, but I don't know because he can't stay healthy. So who knows? Even in the playoff game. Remember they made the playoffs last year and he couldn't even fucking suit up for that.
Well, when you get sacked 40 times a year.
I know.
Like, that's not good.
No.
It's not what was it? David Carr, Derek Carr? Which one was it? Who's the older one?
Oh, for the Raiders?
David Carr.
Yeah.
No. The older one. The one that played for the Texans. They got sacked 63 times in a season.
His brother plays for the Raiders, yeah.
Oof.
He's an announcer for the NFL Network now.
Really? Good for him.
Good for
He probably still gets sacked all the time.
Good-looking dude. Yeah, he gets
Like
sacked on the way to
can you
work.
imagine? Like you get sacked 63 times in a season. Are you walking down the hallway to your hotel room?
I don't know.
I feel like looking out for Aaron Donald. Like, oh fuck, he's coming again, man.
I feel bad for him because he probably could have been a pretty decent quarterback.
He had skills, man. He could throw the fuck out of the ball. He had one of the better arms in the NFL, but you can't. 63 sacks, motherfucker. That's 5 sacks a goddamn game almost.
I bet his kids are sacking him on the way out the house.
Oh yeah,
when he leaves the door.
Yeah, they're just like,
hey dad, boom, lighten him up. So yeah, look, bet if you want on Tennessee, but it's not for me, man. I just don't. I don't believe in Mariota's health. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, man, they could be one of the best teams in the AFC this year. The only thing that is preventing that is the health of Andrew Luck again. I don't know what the fucking deal is with this guy. They're keeping this under wraps. He's not playing in the scrimmages this week. He's got a deep bone bruise, and it's on the lower part of his leg, which, is a shin or something like that.
I don't think that's a big deal. I mean, look,
I hope not, because when he's healthy, he's fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
And this is a fun team to watch when he's healthy.
The real problems he's had were with his upper body, neck and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Deep bone bruise, like they're going to give him platelet-rich plasma, PRP.
Yeah.
And they'll put him in the cryo freezer a little bit and just let him take it easy. I don't think that. I'm not worried about that.
Wear proper shoes, brother. If you're getting that cryo freezer.
Oh, just wearing my flip-flops, man.
Yeah. But look, I am really, really high on the Indianapolis Colts if Andrew Luck can stay healthy. Marlon Mack back there, I thought he looked great last year. Now that he knows the league, he could be devastating.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton's always fucking great.
Funches is really good, too.
Yeah, they got Funches in there. They got Ebron. Ebron's always good for, some shit.
He's still young, man. People sleep on Ebron, but he's like...
Because he looks 1,000 years old.
Yeah, he looks like he's like... God, who am I thinking of? Like maybe Iguodala. He's looked the same age for the last 35 goddamn years.
But look, I like the Colts. They're a fun team to watch, and if Shrek can stay healthy there at quarterback, I think they're going to have a good year. And the over/under win total in my bookie is 9.5 for the Colts.
I'll take the over on that.
I will too, because I think it's a 10 or 11 win season. If he stays healthy, shit, man, that's a team that could go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, they got a top 10 rushing defense too.
Yeah, if not, win it all and go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know if they're a Super Bowl caliber team, but we'll see.
Depends on the health of Luck. We'll see. But I'm high on them. I like the Colts, and I like that over. Next up, we got the Houston Texans.
This could be the most exciting team.
It could be.
If anybody could stay healthy.
Healthy.
Like not even offense, even on defense.
Just
like
on defense.
Clowney and Watt.
If J.J. Watt can stay healthy.
If Clowney and Watt are healthy together for a full season.
Yeah.
Like, holy
just
shit.
1 year. I just want to see those guys 1 year play together and see what that team is like. On the offensive side of the ball, Deshaun Watson is still sexy and one of the funnest quarterbacks that I enjoy watching play.
Yeah.
Just a flick of the wrist. Little flick of the wrist for Deshaun Watson. And they certainly have the receiver talent for it. DeAndre Hopkins is one of the finest in the land.
He's one of the best, yeah.
And then, dude, Will Fuller 5 is one of the most exciting receivers to watch if he can stay healthy.
I think Kiki Kuti is also very talented.
Kiki, do you love me?
Just relax.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Like he comes from that college conference that doesn't play any defense. So I think he got a little taste of defense last year, and now he's going to come back and have a really good year.
He got dinged. But if Will Fuller 5 can stay healthy, Kiki, do you love me?
Lamar Miller's got to stay healthy too, though.
They just traded for Duke Johnson. I like Duke Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. Duke Johnson's solid. He's a solid
I like
backup.
Duke Johnson. I think both of them are just as mediocre to do the job, and it's the same player with different names. That's all it is. But I think Houston can have a really, really great year. Health. It's always the same issue with health with those guys, man.
I mean, if Watt and Clowney are healthy for a full season, if they both play 15 or 16 games, they should total about 30 sacks together.
Yes.
Just statistically based on their previous performance.
One would think.
That's incredible.
I know. And the over-under on my bookie for Houston is 8.5. And
let me look at that schedule right quick.
I am betting the over on this, and I'm betting it heavily. I think Deshaun Watson... Last year was his second year of game tape, but they kind of figured him out a little bit. I think he's over it now. He's a seasoned pro at this point, and
yeah.
I'm all in on the Texans.
I've got them at 9 or 10 wins.
Easily. I got them at this is a 10-win team for me. So I love this over-under, and I'm fine with it. I think they make the playoffs this year, and I think it's going to be fun times down in Houston. But they're in a tough division, man. If the Colts stay healthy, they're going to be great. Jacksonville is up next on this list. They have the potential to be great.
They've got well, we don't know what Nick Foles is going to do as a starting quarterback.
We don't, but we know what that defense is going to do.
Oh, yeah.
The defense is great.
And they all seem to be fucking healthy this year. No bullshit going on right now.
Yeah.
So.
And you got Fournette, who, look, I think he was lazy last year, was out of shape. He's got to play if he wants a fucking new contract.
I don't know if he was lazy so much as he was like, man, this team fucking sucks.
Maybe.
Why would I put this much effort and fuck my body? He only carried the ball 130 times last year.
Yeah.
Like, why put my body? And I think the team may have seen that too.
Well, they benched him because they were like, hey, man, you want to be an asshole, be an asshole.
Look, put a fucking team on the field. Don't ask me. Look, running back is not that. It's a valuable position, but the people in it aren't treated in a way that affords them that value. You know what I mean? A lot of the times they get run into the ground. That's why Bell sat out last year, probably. Yeah. And that's why Zeke may sit out this year. You
Maybe. But they got Big Dick Nick in there. Yeah. And the leader that they were missing in Bortles, Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles, by the way, is a backup
for the Rams.
The Rams,
yeah, for the Rams. But look, they got Big Dick Nick there. If he can just manage the offense, right? Yeah. Just get him up and down the field and let the defense take over. This is going to be a hard team.
They've got some weapons with Fournette and Dede Westbrook. I mean, they can put some points
let's face it, Dede Westbrook is good, man. He was that guy that was always on the waiver wire last year in every fantasy league, and you always fucking picked him up and streamed him on your off week.
Yeah.
He just didn't have anybody throwing to him in Bortles.
Marcus Lee's not bad either, so we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. If Lee is healthy too, because he was out too.
Well, he's out right now. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Same thing, dude. Not gonna play. Not gonna be here. Their over/under win total on my bookie for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year is 8. I think this is a 9-7 team. I take the over. If Foles is great, they could win 10 games. So
I'm looking down this list.
We'll see how healthy they remain.
I mean, they get to play Tennessee. I say get to. They get to play Tennessee twice.
Yep.
That's not the worst thing ever. They play Carolina. That's not bad. Oakland's probably going to have a weird season.
They play the Colts twice.
That's tough.
They play Houston twice.
They play in New Orleans, too. They play the Chiefs. They play Houston twice. That's tough.
Yep.
But Denver's probably not going to be great. Tennessee's going to suck. Carolina's going to,
yeah.
Bengals.
Bungs. The Bungers. You can count that as an L.
Yeah, they'll go 8 or 9 wins.
So I'm taking the over on Jacksonville. I don't know. There's something about Big Dick Nick, dude.
They're at 8?
Yeah. I think it's a 9-win team. I'm going to take it.
I think the worst you do is push there. I don't think they're going to lose 9 games.
The division winner in this one, though, is it's going to be the Colts between the Colts and the Texans.
Yeah.
And whoever's the healthiest is going to end up winning that division, by the way. Since I didn't say this before, AFC North, you think the Browns or the Steelers in that division?
I think the Browns win that division.
I think it's going to be close.
I think they'll win head to head because they're all juiced up, and I think they'll both be 10-win teams.
Okay.
And the Browns have the advantage.
Whew. I'm gonna say it's a push. I think they tie for the best.
They may tie. I mean, look,
and I think they split that head and head.
Yeah, I think they're going to split it too. But the tiebreaker is going to be points, right? After that, and I think Cleveland will blow them out and win.
Put a lot of points on the board. I think Cleveland's going to put a lot of points on the board this year.
Yeah, that's where my thinking was. I think Cleveland will probably have the aggregate points to break that tie because they're both 10-win teams.
Yeah, I think so. AFC West is next. We'll start with the top. Kansas City Chiefs, my brother.
That's a 12 or 13-win team.
My homeboys. They've got the 8th toughest schedule in football this year. So you're all in on the Chiefs.
Look, man, I don't think there's any tape you can watch
of Mahomes for sophomore season
that's going to make a difference. Like you can flush him to the right or the left. He's good throwing on the run to the left, despite being a right-handed thrower, which is very rare. I mean, how many times have we seen Brett Favre roll to his left and throw the ball across the field and get picked off for a pick six like a million goddamn times. He's thrown like
Favre is still one of my faves.
Oh yeah, I love Brett Favre, but it's rare even for great quarterbacks to be able to roll to their non-throwing side and throw the ball well. And for some reason, because he's a short baseball shortstop, this guy's figured it out, and you can't stop that shit, man.
No, and look,
like there's nothing you can do. You can contain it, right? And there's been a lot of pressure on their offensive coordinator this year to figure, especially after that fucking AFC Championship game. You're scoring too fast. You're scoring too fast. Like, yeah, it's exciting, but you're putting your defense on the field for too long, and you're giving the other team opportunities at the end of the game that they shouldn't have. I get it, man, but that's a strategy thing. That's not Mahomes. The question is, can he fit into that system? Can he slow his game down a little bit and still be as successful as he was? That's the only question for me. I don't think
need to slow him down, dude.
I don't think any
let's
of these,
ride that pony like fucking Genuine.
For fans, that's great, but for Kansas City fans, like, they want to actually win the games.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't give Tom Brady a minute and 45 seconds at the end of a game. Sorry.
No, you can't.
You can't ever do that.
You can't. The thing with the Chiefs is this. They lost Kareem Hunt, but they got Damian Williams back there.
Yeah, he's legit.
He was great. Again, I'm high on him in fantasy.
They still have Carlos Hyde, too.
He's the backup, so that's not bad. You're fine with a backup. Yeah. The biggest move to me over the offseason was the Tyreek Hill move. I thought for sure after that audio leaked on draft night, right after Mahomes got the Madden cover, that he was going to be suspended for 8 to 10 games. And then he got lucky. Turned out the audio was edited. They released the full version. He went in. Turned out he didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
And he gets to play. Tyreek Hill makes that team go because you still got Sammy Watkins, and they got a new burner back there who's exciting as shit.
Nicole Hardman from Georgia. Man, he is fast as fuck. They have three. They have Sammy Watkins too. They have three of the fastest goddamn wide receivers in the NFL on the same team.
I know.
It's so crazy. Like, they're going to be running so many crisscross routes.
Yeah.
That defenses are going to get butt fucked.
That's going to be
all
crazy.
Season long.
It's going to be a fun team to watch.
And they have Travis Kelce too, man.
Yeah.
Like, they have the three of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL, and they have Travis Kelce. And they have Damon Williams, who, only played really half the season last year.
Yeah. So
he's fresh. I mean, this is a scary good team.
A really, really good team, and a fun place to watch football, man. Really enjoyed seeing that AFC Championship last year up there.
I wasn't a big. That just brings it back into question, though. Are they going to be able to? Improve on defense enough?
It doesn't matter. That's the other thing.
Does it? It does at the end of the game if you're fucking. If you have to make a defensive stop at the end of the game and your defense has been on the field that long, it definitely makes a difference. Right?
By the way, before we get to the over-under wins for that, the most heavily bet team on all of my bookie is the Browns.
Of course it is. They're the most exciting team in the, like you said.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
not surprising.
But that line has moved so much, man. That's maybe everybody's in on me. I got mine in last night, so I'm good to go. I'm taking the over on them. KC. What do you think that over is? Let me ask you that.
I'm guessing the over is probably 13.
So I thought it was going to be 11.
Oh, it's 10.5.
Yes, I thought it was going to be 11.
I bet
watched
10.5 all day.
Before I looked at in my mind, it was like it's going to be 11. It's 10.5. I am in on 10.5.
Yeah, I think they win 12 or 13 games.
I think at a minimum they win 11. I don't give a fuck about this. Like, this is the easiest one to pick for me. If Mahomes stays healthy, that's crazy.
They have to lose 6 games to be under.
Yeah.
So where are these 6 games that they're going to lose? I'm not seeing it. They play Oakland twice. They're not going to lose either one of those games.
No. They play Denver twice. They play the Chargers twice.
They play Tennessee. They play fucking Denver twice.
Yeah.
They play Baltimore. They play fucking oh man, come on. There's no way.
No.
There's no
way.
There's not 6 losses
I'm
on
betting
this
the
board.
house on this.
Unless somebody gets fucked up. They played at Detroit. I mean, who knows who shows up?
No. They cover this. They beat the over by far.
I just don't. I'm not seeing 6
at a
losses.
minimum. This is an 11-win team. You're good to go on 10.5.
Are people hating on that? Or maybe when Hill was out,
no.
People were
everything is updated the proper way that it should be. Here's what everybody's banking on. This is in all honesty. They have a tougher schedule than last year, right? And then Mahomes again, game tape. That's what they're betting on. Not me, man.
That's a big risk.
This is damn near a lock for me.
Yeah.
It's 10.5. I'm taking it all. Next up is the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders. Man, what a shit show this is.
They're going to get a lot of attention this year, but I don't know. I think
what a fucking shit show this has been, man. This entire camp has been everything but the football team and actual playing football.
Yeah.
It's been about every distraction on and off the field you could possibly have with Antonio Brown and this whole fuckery, and then the circus of Hard Knocks, and then this is their last year in Oakland, and they're going to Vegas.
I mean, their top two receivers, Brown and Williams, Tyrell Williams, are both new to the system.
Yep.
So that means their first 3 to 4 games are just going to fucking be off.
And he hasn't been out there with Carr.
Yeah.
Brown has not been out there with Carr enough.
Doug Martin is 30 years old. They're running back, and he's.
I am high on Josh Jacobs, though. I think.
Oh yeah,
I'm drafting him. He's one of my sleepers in fantasy. I think they're going to give the ball a lot to him, and that guy's a fucking bruiser.
He's
man.
very good. I wonder how much weight he put on in the offseason, because he's kind of he's 5'10",
bigger guy. Yeah,
220. So he's a big guy. I wonder
dude.
I wonder if they had him put on more weight. Like, we know now that Brady focused his offseason conditioning was focused on putting on weight.
Yeah,
because he could take more hits and not get injured and shit like that. I wonder if they're trying to juice this guy up a little bit too.
Yeah, to me, man, I'm selling the Raiders this year. I think this is a shit show. I don't want to be involved in this whatsoever. And they don't make the playoffs. Right now, the over/under on my bookie is 6. It's a 6-win team. You got to play Kansas City twice.
Play Kansas City twice.
Chargers twice.
They play at Minnesota. They play Indianapolis. They play Chicago after that, then at Green Bay, then at Houston. They got to play the Chargers twice.
Brutal
in the second half of the
schedule.
season, they got to play the fucking Jets. Come on, man.
Yeah.
6 wins. I think that's probably about right.
Yeah, I
They're
did
probably
too.
6-10.
Yeah.
Not betting this.
I'm not betting it either, but look, I'm selling the Raiders. They're not making the playoffs. They're not doing shit this year.
No.
I don't know what happens with this Antonio Brown thing. I think it's going to end up bad all the way around. I wonder if they cut Carr on the way to Vegas. Because this is obviously the last year they're going to find out if he can do anything or not.
Look, if you get into the season and you're regressing on that 6-10 expectation,
yep,
maybe you tank.
Maybe, and go for a quarterback there.
Yeah, because there's quite a few.
Quite a few in the draft. And again, you're going to Vegas, the greatest spectacle on earth. You and I know firsthand what it's like to see a professional team in Vegas.
They're crazy.
They're crazy.
Dude.
The fans show out. You can drink and gamble all goddamn day long, and it's going to be awesome. So
I'd love to see Tua or Jake Fromm or one of those guys in Vegas next year playing with the Raiders. I'd love to see it, because I like the Raiders.
You want to see a leader.
I like the Raiders. I like their fans.
Same. But you want to see a leader as their quarterback, and
I think,
or just a leader of this team. Who's the leader of this team?
There is no leader.
No. So I'm selling the fucking Raiders, and 6 is about right, but why bet it? Next up is the Denver Broncos.
We got Joe Flacco.
Why did they do that?
I have no idea why.
Why did they?
I don't know
back
why.
up the truck for Flacco.
I don't know why they. Who is that tall guy that they let go to Houston? Bry Brooks.
Oh, fucking!
What the fuck was his name?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about that guy? Osweiler.
Osweiler, yeah. He had a good year, and then they just cut him loose. They probably saw the regression coming.
Yeah, he was terrible. And then he went to the Miami. He was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was even worse there. Yeah.
Look, the Broncos. To me, I don't know why you pick Flacco up. You got 2 great running backs, right? Royce Freeman, I think, is going to have a good year.
Yeah.
Phillip Lindsay looked great last year.
They know how to make running backs there.
Yeah,
whatever else
they always have. Emmanuel, they got a great defense. Von Miller and those guys are back. The wide receivers, Demaryius Thomas is gone. Emmanuel Sanders, is he back from that? Didn't he have?
He's gone.
He's gone, right?
Yeah.
He got hurt bad last year. I don't believe in the Broncos, man. I think the Broncos are probably a 5-6 win team, man, and I think they got to start over. I think they might end up bringing in that Locke kid at the end of the year to play.
Maybe, I don't know.
To test him out.
Drew Lock.
Yeah. So, look, this is just a boring middle of the road team, and I said 6 wins. I'm looking at my bookie right now. They've got them at 7. The over under at 7 this year.
I don't know though. But I mean, when you have a defense that's that good,
and you have decent running backs, it's possible. But this isn't something I bet or look forward to, because you're going to be grinding out these games all year round with running backs and a great defense. And That's tough, man. That's a tough way to play ball.
Well, I mean, their defense wasn't all that great last year.
No, but look, it could be. When you're always on the fucking field,
Yeah.
it cuts into your numbers, man.
I mean,
and that's what happened to them last year.
They're not even top 20 defense.
I think they could be.
They could be, yeah.
I think they could be a top 7 defense, but they've got to have an offense that keeps them off the field. The problem is, man, those quarterbacks sucked dick last year.
They did, but Flacco's a good game manager.
He is?
That's what he does, and he's got 2 very, very good running backs, so he can do that. I don't know if it's going to help that much. Like, you still got to score at some point, too.
I don't either, man.
I think they'll play in a lot of shitty, boring, close games,
yeah,
and they'll lose a lot of them. That's what I think.
We'll see. I'm not betting this Broncos, though. I fucking get out of my face with this shit. That's not a team that's going to contend, so I don't care.
No.
Los Angeles Chargers. Man, Charger fans, I got it wrong last year, and I took heat.
You know who got it wrong
from
was
both Charger fans.
That referee. I think more so than you, that referee.
Whew.
Got it.
That referee.
That's the worst thing. So that referee is actually the guard that was watching Epstein.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how he ended up being able to kill himself, because that guy doesn't see shit.
The Chargers looked great regular season last year, and they ran into a buzzsaw up in New England. Something happened up there. I'm not sure what it was, but it was 90-0 at one point, I believe. Look, man, the Chargers have the same team that they've had for 30 years.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers is still there. Antonio Gates will probably show up at some point, playing his 90th season. Look, they got Hunter Henry, who's their tight end, who's supposed to replace Gates. He's great. Keenan Allen's great. Melvin Gordon.
He's great when he is on the field.
But I don't think he plays this year.
I don't either.
I think he sits out the entire season this year. I think this is a Le'Veon Bell situation. I watched an interview with him last year during the Le'Veon Bell sitch, and it was like one of those behind-the-scenes things, NFL films, and they were like, what do you think about Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, man, he's going to sit out the whole year. Why would you play? He goes, I wouldn't play. And I think he's going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think he sits out the year and then plays for someone else. But the good news is, Charger fans, that Austin Eckler kid,
yeah, he might be
pretty goddamn good.
He might be as good as Gordon, to be honest. I don't think he catches the ball as well, but, I mean, he rushed. He averaged 5.2 yards a carry last year, and with 100-plus attempts, I mean, that's not bad.
Pretty goddamn good. And if I'm the Chargers, I don't back up the truck for Melvin Gordon. He's too small. Yeah. He gets hurt. He wants, what, $14 million a year?
Yeah. They offered him 12, and he wants 14.
Melvin Gordon could get fucked. I think he's lucky to get that 12. Take that fucking 12, man. It's just it's a crazy situation to me. Take that fucking money, dude. Looking at the injuries and everything else, what's an extra $1.5 million, $2 million a year?
Yeah. I mean, look.
You're just an asshole at that point.
If I was him, I would be looking for more guaranteed money, not more overall
100%.
money. Like, come on, dude. Mike Williams is a good receiver.
He's a good receiver. You still have the same thing with the Chargers this year. They have no home field.
No.
They're still playing in Carson City this year.
And also, Bosa's out for the rest of the fucking preseason, too.
Yeah. Both Bosa brothers, by the way.
Yeah, both Bosas. Yeah. They're both
are out. But the over-under win total on my bookie is 9.5 for the Chargers. It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight because I could see the Chargers winning 10 games this year.
Yeah, I don't bet that one.
I don't either. But I think the Chargers could win 10 games, and then they'll choke in the playoffs, same as they do every other year. And that's it. That's it for the Chargers. Yeah. This will never be a Super Bowl winning team. And I feel bad for Phillip Rivers because he's a gamer, but
he has to keep playing because he's got 7,000 goddamn children, right?
He's got a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah,
as we say.
I was wrong, by the way. Bosa, the elder Bosa is back. He's healthy now.
Oh, he is. Okay, good. The younger one is hurt.
The younger one's hurt, but I don't know. We'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
It seems like it's pretty serious.
So, look, I think the Chargers get into the playoffs in this division, and I think those Chargers-Chiefs games are going to be fun to watch. Because, again, Rip Rivers is always a gamer, but they're not going to go to the Super Bowl again for the 90th year. Now we're turning to the NFC East. D'Anthony.
Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the New York Giants.
New York Football Giants.
Do they win 3 games? This is the question this year.
Oh, man.
God. They did
What's up with the Giants and the Knicks? Like both of these
Curse.
teams.
Curse.
It's not. It's no. It's
Giants
not.
are the new Browns.
It's
my
not.
man.
It's not a curse. They just make really fucking stupid moves, and then curse stuff happens. Like Golden Tate is out for 4 games.
So Golden Tate's out for 4 games because of a fertility drug, allegedly, right? Because him and his wife are trying to have a baby.
Yeah.
I talked to his agent last week, and he told me point blank that's what it was.
Yeah.
I would tend to believe that probably. Golden Tate has never seemed like the guy to have something fucked up happen. And let's face it, you're not taking steroids to play for the Giants.
No. What's the point?
You're just not. You're probably taking whatever the opposite of steroids is. But I think we're going to get him on the show, actually, Golden Tate.
Sometime in October,
yeah. And talk to his agent. So I believe that. Will this be overturned? We'll see.
The only question for me with the Giants is how quickly is that quarterback from Duke in?
He played one series.
Yeah.
And torched it. He lit it up. He was like 4 for 4, 56 yards and touchdown.
Mel
People were like,
Kiper's
whoopsie.
I hate Mel Kiper.
Yeah.
But I just think he's super annoying. But he's not wrong all that often.
No, I don't.
He
I don't
has
mind
the
Mel
hugest
Kiper.
hard on for fucking Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he's got a real wood for him, doesn't he?
Big time. And look, when Tate comes back in week 5, they still have Sterling Shepard.
He's got a broken thumb, so he's going to be out week 1.
Yeah, but he'll be back by the time.
Corey Coleman tore his ACL, the other receiver.
Yeah, he's done. But
you're high on the tight end for
Evan Ingram. Yeah,
Evan Ingram. You're high on this year for the Giants.
Yeah.
And look, Saquon Barkley is all world. He's going 1 in a lot of drafts for fantasy football wise. And
I think that's a mistake.
I do too.
And I'll tell you why. He's going to be used so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the games at the end of their season are going to be so meaningless that if you make it to the playoffs in your fantasy league, the chances of him actually playing and putting up big numbers in those last 2 games, which are the playoff games, are very low.
Very, very low.
People got burned big time with Patrick Mahomes last year for that reason. And other people, various other ones. So I skipped that one.
The Giants right now on my bookie are at over under 6.
They picked up Derek Lawrence too.
Yep. 6 is the over-under for the Giants. I'm taking the under. This is a 4 to 5 win team tops. I am actually betting this with real American dollars. The Giants are fucking awful, man. And
I see plenty of games
cursed.
they could win, but man, I just can't with them.
No.
Like, the good news is they're not going to have any locker room bullshit this year.
Yeah.
Who knows what that'll do for the team?
Who knows? But here's the thing.
And
you know this exact team reminds me of is the Barry Sanders Lions teams back in the 90s, where you had this all-world running back and then nothing around you. Nothing to speak of offensively or defensively, and unless it's going to remind me of Barry Sanders. Yeah, he can probably will you to 4 wins, maybe 5. But this is not a 6-win team, and I'm betting against the Giants.
No, they're bottom 3rd in both defensive categories too.
Yeah.
So it's like
toilet team. Next up, man, this team is this is going to be the hardest one to gauge out of every single NFL team we're talking about today.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys.
It's just because they can't.
It's the unknown and it's the uncertainty. And there's a lot of rumors flying around. The Dak Prescott rumor that I heard yesterday. Some people said it's not true. I really want to hope this is not true, that he said no to $30 million a year and asked for $40 million a year, because that would be so fucking insane that I can't even wrap my mind around that. I can't even wrap my mind around his agent or himself saying, no, go and ask for $40 a year.
My first thought when this came across the wire was that he probably just wanted more guaranteed money. Like for the $30 million, maybe it was like $30 million for 4 years, $120 million contract, but only like 40 was guaranteed, something like that, which is low. I mean, he should, if you're going to get a contract for $30 million a year, you probably want to get, at least half of that guaranteed.
60.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Total. So he's going to be a free agent after this year. Right now, for this season, his base salary is $2 million.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like $2,025,000, something like that.
Wow.
His QBR has gone down every year since his first year by an average of 10 points.
Yeah. I'm not on the Cowboys train. I never have, and I'm certainly not going to be this year. We will be at their opener actually this year.
Yeah.
We'll be live from Dallas, Dallas Giants game in Dallas this year.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out with Ray J actually.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people coming in. Graham Allen's going to be with us. Ray J is going to be with us.
You may remember Ray J from that.
Your boy Duro is going to be there.
Video. Oh yeah, Duro. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a big show. And
back to Prescott though, he only puts up about 28 to 29 total touchdowns a year. That's including his running touchdowns. That would rank him like 11th or 12th in total touchdowns in the NFL. He wants $40 million a year.
That's crazy.
Or he wouldn't take 30.
It's absolutely crazy. I don't believe in Dak Prescott. Ezekiel Elliott, man. Look, he went to Ohio State. I know a lot about him. Here's what I will say about his off-the-field issues that he has right now. They're all real, and Urban Meyer hid them when he was at Ohio State, was somehow able to get him through the program. But then his true colors of all this bullshit of, strip clubs, slapping people, pushing over a security guard, now he's in Cabo, holding out on his contract. He's still got 2 years left on that deal, too, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking deal is with him. I don't believe in Prescott. Zeke is great when he wants to play. The problem is he can't seem to stay on the field for off-the-field issues, and now he's got this. And when you're in Cabo, any running back who misses this much time in training camp ends up being shitty.
Yeah, at least for the
or
first
they get
half
hurt.
of the season, yeah.
Or they get hurt because they didn't go to training camp properly.
I mean, they've got a lot of weapons. If Cooper's healthy.
They got Amari Cooper.
Gallup.
Who's their tight end? I just want to hear you say it out loud.
Jason Witten.
Yeah.
He's 65 years old.
He had my favorite hairline in the Monday Night Football booth last year.
Oh, yeah. It was drawn on, right?
The wig, yeah. And when the game where he rushed in there and they accidentally left the wig line on, which is a marker where they know how to glue on the wig, was the greatest night of my life, and I laughed for 1,000 years on my Instagram. This team to me is waiting to combust. And I'm not buying any of the Cowboys this year. I might buy a pair of jean shorts for that opening game so I can fit in with the Cowboys fans.
I buy DeMarcus Lawrence to have 10-plus sacks this year. But other than that, I don't know if
they got a good defense.
Yeah.
And look, I think Amari Cooper's great.
If he's healthy this year, yeah.
Yeah.
He's questionable right now.
Well, they're all questionable due to money because he wants money. They pay him yet?
I don't know.
Did Cooper get because Cooper wanted a new contract. Dak Prescott wanted a new contract. Zeke wanted a new contract. I've never seen anything like it where half your starters and the best players are all wanting new contracts at the exact same time. Right now on mybookie.com, the over-under for the Dallas Cowboys is 9 wins. Do you think this is a 10-win team? Because that's what they're saying is. That this is an 8-8 team or a 10-win team. Look, a 10-win team, a 10-6 team is a playoff team. That gets you in the playoffs. I don't see with this much turmoil how they can do it.
I see 8, maybe 9 wins on here
They have the Giants twice.
Yeah.
First one's at home.
Yeah.
Depends on who's playing.
And they have Washington twice. They should win those games. Maybe the one week 2 in Washington they'll lose.
That's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough game.
But we're going to be at the one on November 4th, right? No, not November 4th.
No, we're going to be at the
Jets
opener.
Game.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's
October,
another game we're going to be at.
October 13th.
Correct. We'll be in New York for that game. So we'll be with... We'll be there for that game, and that's Jets-Cowboys.
I don't know, man. I don't see...
I'm saying no.
I don't see 10.
I don't see either. So I don't believe in the Cowboys. Could they sneak in? Yes, but they need all their players to come back. They need Jerry Jones to start writing checks as fast as they can.
I don't really bet
these guys in camp.
There's too many unknowns to bet this right now.
There is, but for that reason, and just because Cowboys fans always think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year, I'm taking the under on this. You can get fucked. You can get fucked. It's a weird team with a bunch of weird fucking players who don't deserve this kind of money. Zeke, I think this was Zeke. He absolutely deserves that fucking money at his age if he wasn't an asshole off the field.
Yeah.
Problem is he's a fucking asshole off the field. Why pay this guy to be the face of your franchise when you don't know if he's going to go to a strip club after the game and slap a titty? If you can't determine whether or not your best player may or may not go and slap a titty after the game and get arrested, why pay him $15 million a year or whatever the fuck he's asking for? I'm going under on the Cowboys, man. I think this is a fucking team in shambles this year. Lawrence is coming back from injury. He just had that shoulder surgery. So
yeah, he'll be fine.
We'll see. But I'm not high on the Cowboys, man. I'm just not. Next up is the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz. Signed, ready to go. Deshaun Jackson is back. They got a deep threat there. Your boy, Ertz, so good.
I like Ertz. I'm not sold on Wentz as a professional quarterback.
Really?
Yeah. At some point, you have to fucking play the games.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
And season 1 did all right.
Got hurt. Season 2 did all right, got hurt. But Big Dick Nick picked it up for those guys.
Yeah.
Big Dick won the Super Bowl for him. Mm-hmm. And then almost got him into the Super Bowl last year.
Yep.
He came in was a miracle worker. Got that huge deal down in Jacksonville.
When Wentz is healthy and on the field, he is a great quarterback. Not a good one. He's a great quarterback.
Yes.
Like he's got a 2-to-1 plus touchdown to interception ratio. He fucking completes a lot of fucking passes. And he's done that without a whole lot of weapons the last couple of years. But look, at some point you got to fucking stay on the field, homie. And he hasn't proven he can do that yet.
No.
And so until he does, I'm fucking selling Carson Wentz.
Whew, as a quarterback in the NFL.
And he's making what, $8 million a year, I think.
Something. He's got a big boy total on him. You want to hear another big boy total? The over/under wins total for the Philadelphia Eagles this year is 10. 10 wins. Do you think this is an 11-5 team? Is the question.
No, I do not.
Pull up their schedule.
Don't tell me what to do.
I will, because you're my fucking son today. They played the Giants twice. There's 2 wins. Boom. Play the Cowboys twice.
Play Washington twice. Cowboys, that's probably a split. Washington, I think they should win both of those. They play Miami. That's not bad.
That's 8 wins right there.
And they play Buffalo.
9 wins.
They play the Giants twice. You said that already.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe 9.
No. I think the Eagles go 11-5.
I think they're what is the over under 10? Yeah, I think they probably win 10 games.
I'll go over and I'll say 11. I think it's gonna be close. A push is fine, and I don't mind betting that because I believe in the Eagles this year. But I like them, and if Wentz stays healthy, man, he's one of the best in the biz. Next up, we got Washington Redskins.
This is gonna be an ugly, ugly season for them.
It is, but look, man, you might as well throw Haskins to the Wolves, right?
I don't get it. They have right now McCoy and Keenum are in the depth chart before him.
They are. Absolutely.
That's nuts.
Well, he's got to learn the playbook. Look, it's like Baker Mayfield and all these guys last year, right? You have to have a Tyrod Taylor ahead of you for 3 games, and then once they start turning shitty, then great. The season's over, and boom, pop in Haskins. I like him, man. I watched that preseason game and he threw a couple picks. One was terrible, the other one wasn't. But I think Haskins long term is going to be a good quarterback. I think he'll probably come in, week 3 to 4.
Do you think they bring Darius Juice in with him at the same time?
Yeah, I do, and I think they got a lot of young talent for the future.
Yeah.
However, this is not their year.
Well, they don't have any receivers
to
speak of.
And look, Jordan Reed. That guy could be a great tight end, but he can never, ever stay healthy. And I've drafted him 1,000 times in fantasy
He's also
football.
29 now.
Yeah,
so.
and he fucks me every year, so I can't do it anymore.
They have Vernon Davis, too, who's
900 years old.
7,000 years old.
Yep.
He and Frank Gore went to high school with Moses, I believe.
I believe so. Their over-under win total for the year is 6.5. I'm taking the under, and I'm going to say 6.
Yeah, I think 6 is right.
And I think that half is a big deal there.
I don't even know if they win 6, to be honest.
But look, I think this is going to be a fun year to see if Haskins can play ball, if Juice can play ball, and that could be a good nucleus for the future.
It could be, yeah. Those are 2 very, very good players. I mean, they got to go out. Luckily for them, this year they'll be drafting high again, so they can go get a really dynamic receiver or tight end, and just make it a 3-way with those guys.
Yeah. So it's a 6-win team, and that's about it. I'm taking the under. NFC North. The Minnesota Vikings. Ooh. I was really high on them last year. And
I actually think
I got burned for it.
I think this is their year.
I got burned for it. I do too. It's what, Kirk Cousins' second year in that system?
Yeah, and they've got Dalvin Cook. They've got Stephon Diggs. They got Adam Thielen. I mean, they got a lot of weapons there.
Dalvin Cook is one of my biggest sleepers at running back this year in fantasy football. I am very, very high on the Vikings. However, this division to me
It's rough.
is in my opinion, this is the toughest division in the NFC is really tough.
I mean, you got
this
to
year.
play the Bears twice, and you got to play
The Packers twice.
the Packers twice, and the Lions twice.
And I think the Lions are much improved, man. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to watching the Lions this year. I really am. I think Hawkinson and those guys like Kerryon Johnson's going to be great this year. I think Kenny Golladay is going to be great for them. I think Marvin Jones Jr. has a bounce back year for the Lions. It's going to be 2 tough outs against the Lions, man. But I am high on the Vikings, and I think they make the playoffs.
They're a top 5 defense. So that helps. That takes a little pressure off Cousins. Although I think Cousins is under immense pressure to have a really good season this year.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how he handles that.
Absolutely.
But he has the weapons. I mean, Dalvin Cook is steady. He's not great, but he's steady. And Thielen and Diggs are both very, very good receivers.
Elite.
So look, I mean, the only real weakness I see, I'm not a huge fan of Kyle Rudolph. I hate Notre Dame that much.
Mm-hmm.
Although they do that area of the world, Iowa, and they put out tight ends really well because it's big corn-fed white dudes.
Ah, yeah, they are.
But
real white there.
I don't know, man. I don't know if
So before
he at least stays healthy. I'll say that.
Before looking at the over/under win total this year, I said 10 before I flipped over to my bookie. I think they're a 10-win team, right?
Okay. I'm with that.
The over/under is 9 on the Vikings, so I'm going to take this.
I'm
going to take the over, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 10. I think this is a 10-win team, and I think the Vikings have a chance to do some fucking damage in the playoffs. I really do, especially if they can get some home games at home. I know I was off on them by a year last year, but bear with me. I think I'm with you, Dan. I think this could be a really great year for the Vikings. So I'm saying 10 wins for the Vikings, and I like their style this year. I think Cousins picks it up. I think he picks it up. That'll lead us to Green Bay up next, man. I don't know what to think about this team.
I don't either.
They got a new coach because Aaron Rodgers hated the last one.
I don't.
He hated winning with Mike McCarthy. Yeah. Wants to call all the plays himself. So congratulations, you got yourself a new coach, Aaron. You fired Mark McCarthy. He's out of there, and you still don't have any running backs.
Aaron Jones ran for almost 800 yards last year.
He did, but they don't. Aaron Jones to me could run for 1,400 yards. They don't hand off the fucking ball to him, man.
No, I mean Jamal Williams had another 460. So I mean between them, they've got about 1,300 yards on the ground. That's not bad.
Could have more, but you know why they don't? Aaron Rodgers wants to throw the ball 80 times a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think of this team. I really don't. A lot of people have Devontae Adams as their number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football coming off the board this year. He's good.
He's not just good, but he, like you said, Aaron Rodgers throws the ball a lot.
He does.
And Aaron Rodgers gets into those habits. Like it used to be Jordy Nelson before him, or after him was Randall Cobb.
Who retired? Jordy Nelson retired.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yep.
R.I.P. He's dead.
But he's always had his favorite receivers.
Yeah.
And he's going to throw to Adams a lot.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing about it. A lot of people are talking about Jimmy Graham and how good he looks in camp, and they think he's going to be resurgent this year. I don't know, man. I mean, look, at what point in his career has Aaron Rodgers really utilized the tight end like that?
Bubba Franks, maybe.
For real,
I know.
That was 90 years ago. That was like fucking 2006 or something.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what to think about this team and the motivation anymore behind it. I really don't, because it's not like they had a great offseason either where they were buying up players.
No.
They've got them, look, the over-under, they got them at 9.5 right now on my bookie.
That's another tough one, man. I think it's a 9 or 10 win team. So
I think it's a 9-win team. It is exactly where it should be from a Vegas standpoint, right? But I think it's a 9-win team. I think it's a 9-7 team, and I don't bet this.
That one, though.
I don't bet this, and I don't think the Packers do any damage. I think they could get the wild card, but I don't think they do any damage. I mean, look. Again, you're in the toughest division. You got to play Minnesota twice, Bears twice, Lions twice. Those are 6 tough games right there. So it's going to be tough, man. Gut reaction says 9, and you can bet the under on this. But it wouldn't surprise me if Aaron Rodgers had a great year and said, "Fuck you, man. It was McCarthy, not me. I'm taking my ball and I'm going to throw it far." So we'll see. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears, biggest sleeper of the year. That Khalil Mack trade before the first game of the year last year, really proved to be the best move in the NFL last year. They were 13-3. 13-3. All those Bears fans, dude, I heard it from them all year long. Because I said the Bears were a 6-win team last year.
They were before they picked up fucking Khalil Mack. He's a difference maker.
He is. And look, Trubisky keeps getting better and better to me. Look, the Bears are on the right track here.
They are. They've got to start they need to either get a new like top tier running back or start using their running backs differently because these guys, I don't even know if their top 2 guys totaled 1,000 yards. Let's see.
One of them went to the Philadelphia Eagles. It was Howard is now with the Eagles now. So
we'll see. Mike Davis and Tariq Cohen are the guys there now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tariq Cohen's a blast to watch.
I think together they were just short of 1,000 yards. That's not bad. But for a team that's defense heavy with a young quarterback like that, you need somebody better at running back to win games, I think.
Yeah. And look, their over-under win total is this. All of these I feel like are the same in this division because the division's so tough. It's 9.5. And again, another tough one to call because it could be a 10-win team for sure.
I think
10 or 11 wins.
I think they're a 10-win team. The difference between I think that Minnesota and Chicago win 10 games, and it's because their defenses are fucking both top 5.
Right.
That's why.
And they will always keep them in it. So.
Yeah, and the Packers' defense are not great. And we'll get to the Lions, who have maybe as many offensive weapons as the Browns do, to be honest. Maybe not the same caliber, but they have people all over the place.
All over the field. And I've always liked Matthew Stafford. I have, man. He's a gamer. He'll throw until the fucking cows come home. And they've never really put a great offense around him.
Well, he's got plenty of weapons this year.
He does. The problem is they're in this division that is really, really fucking tough. Yeah.
And he also looks like Haley Joel Osment, so that's tough as well.
I look at that as a win, to be honest with you. He sees dead people, Dan.
No.
He sees dead people. So, look, Detroit, run through the weapons. Galladay again. Marvin Jones.
Galladay, Jones, Kerryon Johnson, CJ Anderson's had good years.
Yeah.
He's a legit guy. They've got Danny Amendola, who came over. He's played for the Patriots and for the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
He'll catch 50, 60 passes. I mean, and then Hawkinson is a fucking good tight end. I mean, they have all the offensive weapons you could want.
Correct. And for this reason, by the way, their over-under win total is 6.5, and I think they get at least 7 wins, and I'm betting the house on that. That is my lock in this. I think they get 7 wins. This is my lock right now for over under win total. If you're going to bet it at home, it's the Lions at 6.5. I think they get 7 wins.
They have a top 10 defense. Yeah. Like in total yards last year, they were 10th.
Yeah.
On defense.
Look, this is my lock, man.
I
Lions
don't see 6.5
wins.
though. I mean, what's their out of division schedule? They play fucking Arizona. What the fuck, man? They play Arizona and the Giants. They play the Raiders. They play Dallas, who's all over the fucking place. They play Tampa Bay, Denver. Come on, man. There's no way they only win six games.
That's what I say. So I'm in on this, man. I like this team, and this is gonna be another fun team to watch. That'll bring us to the NFC South. Carolina Panthers.
Ugh.
Same team they've had for 30 years. I love McCaffrey, and you and I have got him as the top pick in the draft in fantasy football.
He's the best player in the NFL right now, I think.
Probably.
Like if he's the Mike Trout of football.
Yeah, he
just does everything.
Catches and runs.
Want someone to do. Yep.
The best. It all depends on Cam Newton is whether or not he wants to play, because that seems to be a thing for him.
Yeah,
laziness and health. But the rest of this team around him is dog shit. They've always got a good defense. Luke Kuechly is going to cry and get a concussion. Probably week 6.
Well, here's what I wonder. Do you think? Do they have the balls in Carolina to yank Cam Newton and throw Will Grier in there from West Virginia? Because they drafted him, if you remember.
I would after week 10 and say fuck it. If the first 10 weeks aren't going well,
yeah. I understand what you're saying, but
Cam Newton can't win a title.
It's an attitude thing with Cam too. So I think it'll be earlier than week 10. I think it'll be 6 or 7.
We'll see how they're playing. We'll see how they're playing because you're not going to give up on them, especially with McCaffrey and Cam. If Cam is playing well, when he's playing well, they look great. Mm-hmm. The problem is you don't know, and they're in a tough division as well. The Saints are here. The Buccaneers are much improved.
Can you imagine
with Bruce Arians, and that offense is going to be sick. And the Falcons are in this division if they stay healthy.
Yeah, they're
six tough games right there. So with the Panthers, to me, man, this isn't a team that competes for the Super Bowl.
No, I don't think they even make the playoffs.
Unless you're a Panthers fan, I don't even bet this over under win total because it's 7.5. So that means this is
I could see
a 6-9 or an 8-8 team. Yeah, could you see it? Sure. Would you trust your money on it? No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't do it.
You know what I would like to see is Christian McCaffrey and Patrick Mahomes on the same team.
Whew. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Just because of the way they both play, McCaffrey's ability to run but also catch the ball.
Yeah.
Man, that would be...
It'd be fun.
But Cam Newton could be doing that too.
Could be.
Like, there's no reason for him not. I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
Mental, man. It's a weird. He's just a weird fucking dude. That's all I can really say about him. That's it. And they play here, and I always forget they play in this state. It's crazy. Yeah. I always forget they're here. I'm like, it's the fucking Carolina Panthers. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints, who, in my opinion, if they don't have that shitty call, I think they go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they're champions.
And I think they're a Super Bowl caliber team this year, too.
I do too. They got Drew Brees is back for his 900th season.
And don't forget they have Teddy Bridgewater backing him up. So
yeah. Everybody who says that, I'm like, go fuck yourself. Teddy Bridgewater is not a great NFL player.
No, they've got Alvin Kamara and they have Michael Thomas. That's two of the best at their position. And then they have Drew Brees. That's 3 at the best at their position in your top 3 skill position. That is a winning formula.
If I'm one in the draft in fantasy football, I'd take Alvin Kamara over McCaffrey.
I mean, now that he's gonna get most of the touches, I think he's gonna put up some big numbers. Although Latavius Murray is gonna get some touches too. I think he probably runs the ball like 120, 130 times this year. So they'll take some of the load off a homeboy, but they may run split back too.
Yeah. Michael Thomas is great. They backed up the truck and paid him. This is the same.
They should have.
This is the same team, man, and they're going to be right where they were last year, I think. If you're a Saints fan, man, this is going to be a fun season, and they'll probably be playing with a chip on their shoulder after what happened last year.
As well they should be. They got fucked harder than any team I've ever seen get fucked before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the worst call in NFL history right there.
Man, I would be angry. The over-under win total is a big boy number and deserves to be. It's 10.5 for the Saints. Man. And that means you're an 11-5 team. And I think they are. I take the over on this. I think they are an 11-5 team. I really do. Unless Breeze, is hurt. I know he's going to turn 42 this year.
I'm seeing 12, maybe 13 wins on the year.
Same. But at the minimum, they're an 11-win team, and they beat that over/under on my bookie. So I'm betting that, and I think it's going to be a fun season in New Orleans. We'll be down there at some point for one of those games, I guarantee.
Oh, yeah, we'll get wet down in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how you say it, guys?
New Orleans.
Do you know how many complaints we get every time you say that?
Oh, you talking about old New Orleans? I'm talking about old New Orleans.
I hope Trey Witzel's actually he's working in the Black Rifle customer service team now.
Yeah.
So they're probably watching this live right now. And he's probably screaming at the television about your fucking bullshit accent.
Oh, you must be talking about my New Orleans accent. My New Orleans accent.
Can I get one more?
Oh, my New Orleans. Man, give me some crawdaddies. Give me a muffalata.
Actually, don't talk shit about muffalata.
Not Tony Tamborello. So I went down there last month. Did a Drinkin' Bros live show from a bar that our boy Tony Tamborello hooked up, and best LSU tailgate. Second, him and Richard Danoff for best college tailgates in the land. Best sandwiches in the land. I told Jesse on the way down there, as we were down there for just the weekend, vacationing with, give Jesse a little break from the kiddo.
Well, usually you and I go on vacation. We leave her here.
Correct.
But we decided
she
to
got
switch
to
it
go
up.
on this one.
Yeah.
So
she's going to go to New York too.
Yeah. And
this is her year.
I know this is her year. It's the year of Jabes. And she'll be back to defend her title in fantasy football. So good luck. She'll get the first pick. She's gonna. I know. Goddamn well, she's taking Kamara.
She should. Yeah.
If she goes against me, she's gonna get a rap on the beak. She knows that. But Tony, dude, when I was down there in New Orleans, I said, "Hey, man, I know this might be out of line, but if you could make me a sandwich, that would be the greatest thing ever."
No, he loves it.
And he did. Here's the thing. He did, and I kept telling this to Jessie, and all the way down there, the flight to New Orleans, she was like, "Look, You've put so much pressure on this sandwich. If it fucking sucks, you're never going to hear the end of it. She goes, that is the best sandwich I've ever had in my life.
He should move to like Austin or some town like that and have a food truck that just makes those sandwiches. He would be retired in 4 years.
He would clean up the best. So we hope to be back there. New Orleans is going to be fun. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Bucks.
Look, Crab Legs' his last chance. This is what they should call this season this year, down Tampa Bay.
I think he's going to have a good year.
Do you think their marketing team will call this Crab Legs' last chance?
I don't think so, no.
They should.
I agree they should. I think he's a very talented young man if he can keep his shit together.
If he can keep his shit together, here's what I like about this team. I got Bruce Arians down there. They're going to be airing it the fuck out this year.
Yeah.
They still got Mike Evans, right? They got O.J. Howard down there.
Yeah.
They got a lot of weapons
Chris
down
Godwin.
there. Godwin, sleeper of the year.
They have Ronald
folks.
Jones, too, that kid out of USC.
Wide receiver sleeper of the year is Chris Godwin this year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think they're going to be a fucking tough team to play this year, and they're going to be airing it the fuck out. I think you can even take Jameis Winston as a quarterback.
Just because of the amount
deep
of
in the draft, because and he's got to look. This is it for him. If he doesn't play well this year, he's going to get cut, and they're going to start over in Tampa Bay. But
their big problem is defense. They don't have any defense.
They don't, but their offense is going to be disgusting.
Yeah. So I would look at them for fantasy people. Winston, if you can get him in the later rounds, or maybe pick him up as a free agent, as a backup, something like that.
Yeah.
And definitely Godwin, I would pick him up.
Absolutely.
I mean, Mike Evans is going to have a good year too, but Godwin you could probably get as a free agent, to be honest, after the draft. You probably don't even need to draft him.
Who, Godwin?
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
People are sleeping on this guy.
Nah.
I've
he's
seen
a round 10 pick to me, 9 or 10. I think he's going to be gone. I think
what about Evans?
Secret's out.
Evans is probably a 2 or 3, right?
No, I would say Mike Evans will probably go 3 or 4.
Really, he had 1,500 yards last year.
Yeah, I think he'll go 3 or 4.
He's probably going to
a guy
catch
that's not
passes.
flashy.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
like some people, there will be some people in fantasy football that take Jarvis Landry over Mike Evans, and that would be a huge mistake.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mike Evans is probably going to catch 100 passes. He's probably going to have about 1,500 yards. He's probably going to catch 10 touchdowns this year.
And for that reason, this is also one of my biggest bets this year. This is the Buccaneers at 6.5.
Oh, I take them at 6.5.
I'm taking the over on 6.5 wins this year, and I've got them for an easy 7. But they're a sleeper to sneak into the wild card, man, at 9 and 7 and compete. They're going to be a tough team this year, I think. And I think Crab Legs pulls it together this year. That'll take us to my favorite team. My favorite team, the Atlanta Falcons. Picked them in the Super Bowl last year. Boy, what do I say about what happened last year? They lost every team. I called them MASH. I just started calling them the MASH team right after week 4.
They had a rough one.
They lost everybody, man. Look, statistically, Matt Ryan had the best year of his better than his MVP year.
Yep.
They've still got Julio Jones. Calvin Ridley is going to be off the fucking chain this year. They got rid of Steve Sarkisian as offensive coordinator. He's gone. That piece of shit is out of there. Dan Quinn on the defensive side. Dan Quinn is our head coach. He was the defensive coach for the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and they had a rough.
He's calling plays this year.
They had a rough season on defense last year. Everybody was hurt, but in 2017 they were number 7 overall. Defensively. So this could be a very, very good year for these guys. They're playing in a rough division though. That's not easy.
It's not easy. And the over/under win total for the Falcons this year is 9. And I think this is exactly where it should be.
I actually think they're a 10-win team.
I do too. But they have a tough schedule actually.
They do. They're out of division games. Or Minnesota, Philly, fucking Indianapolis. Those are tough games.
Really tough games.
Houston. They play all those teams. So that's.
So this line is exactly where it should be. If they do get to 10 wins, this is a fucking contender this year.
They're playing at New Orleans on November 10th. Maybe we should go to that game.
Ooh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
Although, yeah, that's the day before, what's it called? Veterans Day. So that'll be a fun time down there.
Yeah, will be.
We can get wet.
Get wet down in New Orleans. Look, the Falcons, it depends on their health, and chiefly at running back too. So Devonta Freeman has not been worth the contract they gave him. He has looked like shit ever since he signed that new deal. He was hurt last year. That Ito Smith kid is our backup. We let Tevin Coleman go. He's now at the 49ers this year. He's back with Shanahan and that offense over there. If they can stay healthy, this is a contender. And they could win 10 games and they could beat this over.
They're really weak at running back.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think this has to be a bounce back year for Devonta Freeman, or I think he's going to get cut. So I think he has a bounce back year, and I think the Falcons end up being pretty fucking good. However, the schedule is brutal this year, and this is 9 to 10 wins. This is either a wild card team or a playoff team, unless they have the freak injuries that they had last year. But I think the Saints win this division, and then I got the Falcons slotted in at 2, and they could make some noise in the playoffs if they can stay healthy.
They could. I don't know if I bet this regular season wins, though, to be honest, just because
it's a push, probably. Yeah. It's a 9 or 10 win team. So I'm going to bet it just because I'm a homer, and it's my favorite team. But I would not recommend anybody out at home betting on this because, to me, you're right. That's a push. NFC West is up next. We got the San Francisco 49ers. Look, Jimmy Garoppolo got torn ACL pretty early on. They got nuked, right?
He's also going to make $28 million. $28 million.
Yep. Yes.
This year.
Yeah.
And okay.
If he can stay healthy in this Kyle Shanahan offense, this could be fun. The best wide receiver, I mean, the not wide receiver because he catches balls like a wide receiver, but is the tight end, George Kittle. I had him in all my fantasy teams last year, and it was the best decision I ever made. It did not matter who was in at quarterback. Rain or shine, George Kittle came to play ball.
Yeah. He's very, very good.
Very good.
The problem is how many? What do you think the career high for games played in a season is for Garoppolo?
6.
That's right.
Is it really?
Yep.
There it is.
He's only played 6 games in one season so far.
Yeah.
He's been 1, 2, 4, 5. He's played 5 seasons. And granted, he was backing up Brady.
Yeah, so never really saw the
for
field
a while. But the last 2 seasons in San Francisco, 6 games and then 3 last year.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. They gave this guy $28 million a goddamn year based on what?
He was good looking, and he was good when Brady got hurt for 4 games.
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
He played at East Illinois University. Fuck off.
You bet he did.
Jimmy.
You bet he did. So, if he can stay healthy, they have a fun team. They got Matt Breida, who I like if he can stay healthy. That guy, I mean, he put up some big boy stats, but he was limping off the field every fucking game last year.
Yeah.
Look, they're in a tough division. Seattle's going to be good. The Rams are going to be good. To me, the 49ers are an 8-8 team, maybe
7-9 probably. But Breida played at Georgia Southern. Did you hear what happened to that kid from Georgia Southern this weekend?
Yeah. He got arrested for cocaine, and it turned out to be bird shit.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this video yet, but I can't remember the kid's name. But the quarterback for Georgia Southern gets pulled over because he's speeding.
Yeah.
That's legit. I think he got a ticket for speeding. They look on the hood of his car, and there's this huge streak of white shit. And it turns out it was shit. They do a field test, and for those of you who are first responders or whatever, it's like a little packet. You put the substance in there, shake it up. If it turns blue, it's cocaine, right? So the field test said it was cocaine. They're like, hey, bro. They were kind of antagonized. They're like, hey, you're going to jail. He's like, that's not cocaine. That's bird shit. Yeah. He straight up said, he's like, nah. He said bird poo or something super weird.
Poo, yeah. He said poo.
I think he said poo, not poo.
He was trying to be as polite as possible.
He was, yeah. And they tested it at the lab later on, and it was bird shit. Yeah. Like, man,
that's a raw deal.
That's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, somebody's getting sued.
I feel like they should at least take him out for a steak dinner.
Something
after that.
Something. 49ers though. That is an 8-8 team to me. On mybookie.com. What do you think they have?
I would say probably. Look, they got a pretty decent defense this year too. So I would say they probably have it at 8 or 9.
Yeah, and they do at 8. And I said it's an 8-8 team.
Yeah.
So that's a push to me. I don't bet this.
No.
But fantasy-wise, they got some decent players. And look, if Garoppolo can stay healthy in Kyle Shanahan's offense, who knows? That Pettis kid also is going to be a monster sleeper this year, wide receiver. You can probably get that motherfucker.
Well, it depends on who's throwing to him, because if it's not Garoppolo, look, they don't have a fucking
It didn't matter
backup.
who was throwing to him last year, man. He torched it. He torched it.
Yeah, so. Nick Mullins is their backup.
Big Dick Nick Mullins. average size dick, Nick Mullins.
I
But
think he's got a nice
Pettis,
5.5 incher probably.
yeah, Pettis on that team is a big sleeper for me. And then obviously Jorge Kittle, dude. Go with George Kittle.
Top 3. He'll be one of the first
top 3 tight ends taken for sure. Next up, the Seattle Seahawks.
You hate them.
I hate them every year. I hate Russell Wilson.
But Russell Wilson
is
probably he's probably, aside from Breeze and Brady, the most consistent quarterback in the NFL. Like, he just consistently puts up numbers. If you look at
he is. I hate watching him play. I hate his whole bullshit.
It's really boring.
To me, he's the A-Rod of the NFL. Where he's just so fake. Like, you know,
do you remember the whole shit with Ciara where they were like, oh, we're waiting till we get married? Like, she's already got a kid, bro.
I know.
What are you talking about?
No, like it's him and J-Lo. It's A-Rod and J-Lo. It's him and Ciara, and it's just. I hate his whole fakeness and the whole fucking shit. I heard the ex-wife, though, fuck Golden Tate, and that's the reason for the divorce. So if that's the case, good on you. But, you know, he signs that big contract, and he posts from his bed with Ciara, like half naked. And he was just like, I'm going to get back to sleep with my lady. Yeah. Something cheesy like that. I fucking hate Russell Wilson. I hate watching this team play. I hate all the running backs.
Chris Carson's a good running back.
They've got 90, but they're never healthy. Doug Baldwin played until his legs fell off. He retired this year. They drafted DK Metcalf. Every year I hear it from Seahawks fans how much I hate this team.
Hey, DK Metcalf is a good fucking player. We'll see how he does in the NFL.
Man.
Ty Lockett's
he's got the best body coming out of the combine I've ever seen.
Really?
But 2% body fat, or it was 1.8.
That's dangerously low.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think.
They've got a lot of weapons. Lockett's good.
Lockett's good, and he's going pretty high in mock drafts.
David Moore's, he's all right. He's a slack guy at best, I think. But Chris Carson, he had 1,150 yards last year.
Look, here's the good news, Seahawks fans. I have you guys in the playoffs. I think this is a 10-6 team. I have you in the playoffs, Seahawks fans. Don't fucking come for me on Instagram at STJames. Don't do it. I have you guys in the playoffs. I will concede that fucking Dick Boy is a pretty consistent quarterback, and yes, with Pete Carroll, anything is possible. I have you guys in the playoffs, and maybe winning your first round in the playoffs this year, first round playoff game. Their over/under win total is 8.5. You are absolutely safe picking the over on that. I am actually going to bet the Seahawks in that. I will be putting that betting slip up in Drinkin Bros Sports so you can see it. Yeah. Seahawks fans.
They play 4 games against the 49ers and Cardinals, man.
Yeah, you're fine.
Come on.
So they're a playoff team, and they'll definitely cover this over. They'll be in the playoffs, maybe win one playoff game. Next up is the Arizona Cardinals. We got to see one series out of Kyler Murray.
Who the fuck knows with these guys?
They're running an air raid offense, a college offense for an NFL team. I'm excited to see it.
I want to see it. I don't want them to punt all year.
No.
Just go 4 downs.
And look, we saw it last year essentially with the Chiefs where they were and the Rams throwing up 100 points a game. Yeah. It's fun as shit to watch. Kyler Murray, man, he's 5'2". Could be off on that. Yeah. It could be off on that. But I'm going to enjoy watching him run for his life. My over/under on what game he gets hurt in is game 4. If he is somehow able to stay healthy, he might put up 1 million fantasy points because he's gonna have to run for 150 a game. I will definitely be stashing him in the last round or the second to last round in fantasy on my bench just because. You got Larry Fitzgerald, so you can play 500 with Larry Fitzgerald. Christian Kirk is a big sleeper for me, wide receiver wise for the Arizona Cardinals. And David Johnson, man, look, David Johnson is still great. There is some weapons on the offensive side of the ball. I have no idea what their bro coach, because that's what they're calling him, the bro coach.
Well, he's 12 years old. So.
Yeah. I have no idea what kind of offense he's going to run, if this can even work at the NFL level. But it will be fun to watch, and I'm excited to see them try.
You know, to me, it's kind of like they picked up Terrell Suggs, too, by the way. Yeah. So their defense that was like 19th last year, maybe top 15 now, and that changes things.
Yeah, but the Honey Badger's gone.
Yeah, it's true. We'll see what happens, but you know,
Terrell Suggs is 90 at this point.
He is
coming
but
off
he's
of some massive injury.
Being a defensive leader is more important than actually being great on defense, I feel like. But let's move past that and talk about their offense. Do you think if he runs his style of offense this year and it works, like college recruiting, and you establish something like that, does it make players who want to play that style of game, like Durant going to fucking the Warriors, for example, he wanted to play that style of game. Do people go to Arizona to play this style? People who are on, like, look, no contenders coming after me right now. I can go take money from Arizona and go play in this crazy-ass offense and put up giant-ass numbers.
Yeah.
Like, they may be the wide receiver rental factory after this season if it works, because people will go there, juice their numbers up, and then go get a big free agency contract somewhere else.
Here's my prediction with this team and this offense in particular and this coach. If this is able to work and is successful in the NFL, it could be an absolute game changer where you're changing your entire way of thinking of how you draft a team and an offense and your strategy going forward. Or this could be one of the most colossal mistakes you've ever made by giving this guy the reins to your team to pick a quarterback like this that's 5'2", that could get injured week one from a 300-pound man just absolutely butt-fucking him on the field to death.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the two. There is no in-between to me. And to me, before I even looked over at the over-under win total for the Cardinals, in my mind I said 5. They would be lucky to get 5 because this is a 4-win team to me with Kyler Murray at quarterback.
I would have said 4, yeah.
With Kyler Murray at quarterback, 4. It is 5 at mybookie.com. I do not touch this. I have no idea, but I know this. I'm intrigued, and I'll
watch the games for
100%.
Sure.
And here's the crazier thing. I'll go even way off the fucking reservation of this. If I'm at Wild Wings, right? I'm at a fucking bar, sports bar, and there's every NFL game on the TV. I am watching the Arizona Cardinals over the New England Patriots every single Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Without fail.
Yeah.
And that's, look, the Patriots are an 11-win team that is going deep into the playoffs again. I am watching the Cardinals play just because I want to see this fuckery and what's going to happen. Because it's either going to be the most exciting thing on earth. Well, shit, even if it fails, it's going to be exciting because he's going to get the shit kicked out of him all game.
Either way. Speaking of exciting, I think the Rams might be a better team this year than they were last year. They picked up Clay Matthews. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Also, don't care. This late in his career doesn't make a dent for me.
It's not that late.
It doesn't make a dent for me. I think he's towards the end of it. The Los Angeles Rams, man. Boy, being at that Super Bowl game, I don't know what happened to that offense. I don't know what happened to that team. I don't know what happened to Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to Todd Gurley? That is the mystery now. That is the mystery going forward. I do not draft him in fantasy, by the way. I want to get that out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it.
If he's at the end of the second round is where I would take him. But I have no idea what's going on. They're being so secretive with him. This is Todd Gurley's knee is area 51 right now. And the fact that they drafted a running back that early after coming within one win of being champion of the world tells me a lot that they don't have a lot of belief in Todd Gurley. And even if they do, they're going to be splitting carries with him. And I don't know. However, the rest of the team is good. But Cooper Kupp is coming off of a torn ACL.
Yeah, we'll see how he returns, but he's a very good player. Woods and Cooks.
Woods and Cooks are great, man.
They're both good. I mean, they're both going to throw up 1,000 yards this year.
Goff is great.
Goff is very good.
The defense is great. This is and they're in a pretty easy division here. It's them and the Seahawks are the class of this division.
Yeah. They play some tough out of division games. They play Cleveland. They play Atlanta, or not Atlanta. They play Pittsburgh. Play Chicago. Those are tough games, but they also play Tampa Bay and Cincinnati and Dallas. So, I mean,
yeah. Look, their over under win total on mybookie.com is a big boy number. It's 10.5. So,
I take that.
I do too.
I think they're a 12-win team.
I think I think it's an 11-5 team at the worst, right?
Yeah.
Just simply because we don't know what's going on with the running back situation.
Even without Gurley, I think they're 11 or 12-win team.
Yeah, I think Jared Goff is a professional quarterback. There was some question of whether or not he would be. I think he's great. And with all of those receivers and that great defense, I think this is an 11-win team. Now comes the big question here: the way too early predictions for the Super Bowl. Who do you have coming out of the NFC? Because to me, this is the toughest.
I told you already. I leaked this several weeks ago, but I think the Saints are fucking pissed, and I think that if I'm Drew Brees, I want to fucking crush this year and then retire
and go out on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last time something major happened, Hurricane Katrina, they came back and lit the fucking league on fire. There's something about that city. It's a lot like Vegas with their fans.
Yep.
People in New Orleans get behind these teams. Not that they're not always behind them, but they get juiced up real nice. I think the Saints are going to win the NFC championship.
They had a fun pickup too with Jared Cook too, where now that he's got a great quarterback throwing to him.
He's a leader.
He is.
So I mean that's we'll see what happens there.
He is. Man, the NFC is so loaded this year.
It is.
That it's it is hard to pick against the Saints and the Rams because that's what it was last year, right? We did not get a chance to chat before the show because we don't like to.
No.
We like to go into this completely fucking blind.
It's also because I was late getting here because I'm moving today.
You are moving today, but we like to go in this blind because that way we can't pick the same teams, or at least we think we can't.
We always end up picking the same teams. We did it with Clemson last year, and I'm guessing you're about to pick the Saints.
I am really close to picking the Saints. However, I think Breeze, because he's going to be 40. I think he's going to be 42 during this season, and it usually turns right around December, somewhere in there. I think he has to start regressing, and I think Tom Brady eventually has to start regressing.
You think that, but I mean, Breeze threw 32 touchdowns and had 5 picks last year. So
yeah,
when's it going to happen?
I'm not high on the Saints defense, and
no, but they play in a fucking pretty soft division.
They do. So look, for that reason, man, I'm going to have to say the Rams this year. I think the Rams go back. I think they go back to the Super Bowl.
That's a good pick.
And I think they come out of the NFC this year.
I mean, that's 1A and 1B for me.
So
I don't think any of these other teams, like the Vikings, are going to have a good team. I don't think they're a Super Bowl quality team.
I think they could be.
They could be, yeah.
And if they get home field advantage in the playoffs, I think they very well could be. The problem is their division is so tough that they're not going to get home field.
No.
The teams that are going to get home field out of the NFC right now on paper are either the Rams, the Saints, or Philly, because Philly's in a weaker division too. Look,
Philly's a year removed from winning a world championship, so they have a great defense, and if Wentz can stay healthy, he's like literally. If you look at his numbers when he's healthy, he is. No one in the league right now compares with those numbers.
No.
When he plays 16 games in the season.
Yeah.
Like literally, he is the best quarterback in the league. Other than maybe Patrick Mahomes is 1A, 1B.
Yep.
But
so my top 3 here are the Rams, the Saints, and Philadelphia. That's who I'm throwing money on to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Out of the NFC. This is to go to the Super Bowl. Out of the AFC, who do you have the Saints playing in the Super Bowl for the AFC?
I got to go with the Patriots, man.
Boy, I just don't.
Somebody's got to beat them.
They do
at some point, and they haven't been able to. So,
look, I can't do it. Brady at 42, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Same reason I can't do Breeze. Same exact reason, and for that reason, I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs, Rams, and my world champion is the Chiefs this year.
I would love to see that. That'd be great.
Chiefs. That is my world champion.
The Chiefs Rams that's the game we wanted to see last year.
It is.
So
I hope it is that this year. I hope that's what we get, and I got the Chiefs winning it this year.
Word.
I think that kid, that burner on the outside with him and Tyreek Hill. I don't know how with Mahomes at quarterback. I don't know how you do it.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, if their defense can just be a little bit better this year, that's it. They were one play away, man. That overtime against the Patriots. Yeah. It very well could have been Saints versus the Chiefs last year, and that would have been a blast. So hopefully it's anybody but the Patriots. We will see. But yes, I'm going Rams, Chiefs this year in the Super Bowl. Now we're going to answer your questions. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Browns Homer fans too. Boy, why don't you fire away at the first one, D'Anthony?
How do you sort this? Do you go top chat or live?
Yeah,
chat?
you go to top.
All right, so shit. I think they're in line weird for me.
Yeah, they probably are.
Laces out, Dan. Pats are getting at least 12 wins.
A lot of Patriots fans in here.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking Patriots fans in here. And I get it, dude. I get it. N'Keal Harry got hurt, Steve Cooper says. So we'll find out.
Okay.
But somebody said Ruben Schneider. Start with him. Week 1, Pittsburgh 38, New England 24. Wouldn't surprise me. It actually would not, man. I am high on the Steelers this year, man. And I think they're going to play a lot of us against the world ball this year. And it wouldn't surprise me to see the Pittsburgh Steelers upset the Patriots week 1.
No, I can see
while
that.
they figure this out.
Yeah.
Richard the Realtor. I like this split screen, same studio. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to go back and forth. Our producer, Jamie, doesn't have to do that.
Yep.
That's for him. So we'll see. Steve Cooper says the Pats are going all the way this year. Man, you said the Patriots. You said the Patriots. It's got to end. The reign has to end.
It doesn't. Belichick is the best coach in NFL history.
42 years old, man.
We'll see.
1994 Diablo. He said the Jets might have a good season. I agree. 100%.
Look, if the Jets rip off 10, 11 wins, I wouldn't be that shocked, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I think Darno and fucking Bell are two of the better players in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think the Jets are going to have a really good season. Ruben Schneider, my opinion is the Browns maybe go 9-7 on our wild card. It's not only your opinion, that's Vegas' opinion as well.
Yeah.
That's my bookie's opinion. I'm going to go 10-6 and pick the over in this one. And I think you're fine. Cowboy Raleigh, Deshaun Watson is looking great if his line can block. You betcha he is. And I think
he's very talented.
He's sky's the limit for Deshaun Watson this year. I would love to see what 1 year of a healthy Houston Texans team can do with all of their offense and defense on the field. Because man, that team could be a sleeper for the Super Bowl if they stayed healthy on both sides of the ball. But that's been a lot to ask for. So we'll see. Brian Foster, fuck you. You're going undefeated this year. A lot of Patriots fans, man. That's it. No, the Patriots not going undefeated. They do have an easy schedule, though.
Yeah, they're not going to go undefeated, though. Ross, you're not wacko for Flacco.
No, I hate Flacco. What the fuck is John Elway doing? It's a great question. I'm not sure. He loves old quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who've won a Super Bowl, so... You know, he was able to pull it off with Peyton Manning. I don't know why
Joe Flacco is not Peyton Manning. Craig says Emmanuel Sanders is still in Denver. Yeah, he's fucked up though, right? Isn't he hurt?
He had a really serious injury. I mean, he'll be back, but I don't know at what points. And to be honest with you, like Denver is not one of those teams that I followed heavily in the offseason. Once they got Flacco, to me, they're not going to win a Super Bowl, and they weren't serious about winning a Super Bowl. So I've written the Broncos off.
Rob J, the veteran, who wants San Antonio to have an NFL team? Look, man, when they had that AAF or whatever the fuck that was, they were bringing 30,000 people a game. That's all the stadium would hold. They sold out every game there, so I could see it.
I could absolutely see an NFL team in San Antonio.
It's Texas, man.
And to be honest with you, it probably should have been the Chargers.
Probably, but I don't think that the league is going to let 3 teams play in Texas.
It's so big, though. Look, three teams play in California, so... What's the fucking difference? Four play in California right now.
2 in the same city.
One's going to Vegas, but you know, so we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with Cowboy Raleigh that Jerry Jones would try to fucking put the kibosh on a team going to San Antonio because that cuts into his TV market. I mean, technically, the Cowboys and Houston both share that San Antonio area, which is the 7th largest city in the country, by the way.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Chris 518. It hurts to say this as a Giants fan, but I don't see anything impressive happening this season. You think?
I mean, look, I think there's a good chance that that your running back is going to go for 2,000 yards this year.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like he made good up there with OJ and Dickerson and those guys.
But that's about it.
But that's all you can look forward to. Maybe a murder or two. I don't know.
Maybe, who knows, man? That team's going to be fucking awful. David Fonseca. I think these dudes holding out for money are going to backfire. And some of these dudes, like Antonio Brown, Bell, that they got the money in the back and the stats, they're going to take the fines and wait. I agree. And I think, I think that what he's saying here is this is going to keep happening more and more with guys like Le'Veon Bell. And you're right. I think this is going to keep happening more and more and more.
It will. I mean, look, these guys are
the NFL is going to have a huge fight on their hands once this contract is up for the players because they have the worst players union in professional sports.
Bad.
With this non-guaranteed money bullshit in football, like, man, no other sport has that.
No, and you can insure that money. Like, I don't know why the NFL feels like they can just get away with that into perpetuity. If you play in Major League Baseball, the NBA, you get hurt. Like, Kevin Durant is not going to play a single game next season, and they have to eat that salary because he signed a new free agent contract. But if he had stayed with the Warriors, about 2/3 to 3/4 of that salary would have been written off by the insurance company. They would have paid for it. Yeah. So it's not money out of your fucking pocket. No. The NFL, I'm sure it's the same way. They can insure athletes just the same as anybody else. They're just not doing it. So.
They're not doing it. JR Arctic Cat says, "Let's go, Josh Allen on the Buffalo Bills." Agreed.
Oh boy.
I'd love nothing would warm my heart better.
I'd like to see it. Yeah.
Than a nice wild card selection for the Buffalo Bills.
Ruben Schneider, yeah, that is Randy Quaid on the back of my computer. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Franco Melendez. Goff will crumble. His coach spends too much time in his ear before the snap, and he won't progress as a QB. Mahomes is legit, and that offense will be amazing. I agree. I disagree on the Jared Goff thing. I think McVay's a really good coach, and he's definitely on the come up for one of the top coaches in the NFL. And I think he's done wonders with Goff. I think he's made Goff better. Where I think
he's
Goff with a lesser coach could have been a bust, man. And after that first year, they were looking at him like he was going to be a bust. Yeah. And he's turned him into something, and I think he's turned the corner now. And once you know how to start in the NFL and be a continuous starter on a weekly basis as a quarterback in the NFL, that stays with you, man. It's the people without a lot of confidence that, like Lamar Jackson, like I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. Brandon Leach, after this year, I think Brady will retire. Well,
I don't think so.
The Patriots think otherwise because they just signed him to a 2-year extension.
I think even if he wins this year, he's coming back.
Yeah, they just signed him to a 2-year extension, so we'll see. Brett Smith, Chiefs versus Pats in December in Foxborough.
It'll be Chiefs, Pats, or my opinion, Pittsburgh Patriots or Pittsburgh Chiefs. It'll be one of those three combinations.
He's asking if we're going to go to the game in December.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking going.
Chiefs and Pats, Patriots?
It depends on where it is. If it's in New England.
It's in Foxborough.
Oh, that game. That's the December game. Is it maybe.
Ah, boy. Sitting with that many Patriots fans, Dan, you know what happened.
We're definitely going to get into a fight if we go
You know
there.
what happened with the last time with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think
no one gets in a fight at the Super Bowl.
You threatened to rape somebody. Yeah, so.
No one gets in a fight at the Super Bowl. Those fans are the fucking worst in football.
Maybe.
J.R. Crandall, what do you think of the chance the Bills keep the rugby
I hope
running
they
back?
do, man.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's something to watch.
They have 900 running backs there. Yeah. Somebody's not making that team.
I think somebody will pick that guy up. He's clearly like I think he could be a really good special teams guy.
I did too. Look, it'll be a fun thing to watch.
Michelle.
The last one is this your ex-girlfriend?
No.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It would be funny.
God damn it. Michelle 71125. Dak Prescott demanding $40 million annually. Do you think he'll end up paying him that much? No, I absolutely do not think they will pay him that much whatsoever.
0% chance.
But I think you're right in that he's trying to get more guaranteed money.
Yeah.
I think they pay him this money because, it's hard to get a quarterback in the NFL.
They're going to give him 30 for sure.
I think so. I think they'll give him 30. I think he'll sign before Zeke does.
Man.
But I don't know what happens with the Cowboys this year. It's a fucking mess. We will be there opening week.
Yeah.
That's our first game this year of the NFL season. So we'll be in Dallas. If you want to come out and meet us in Dallas, we'll be there. D'Anthony.
Yep.
Going to be a fun NFL season.
It will be.
And for those of you who made it into the Drinking Bros Sports Fantasy Football League, we're going to be drafting live on YouTube. So subscribe to the Drinkin' Bros channels, and you can see everybody fail spectacularly live on YouTube. That'll be coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to maybe going to another Chiefs game this year.
We'll see about that. I like the place. So.
I enjoyed it. It was Mr. Wolf who was our host last year, I believe. It was fun, man. I'd like to go back for the Chiefs, and I'd like to get Gat back on the show too.
Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah, she's great, man. So, yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube, Drinkin' Bros Podcast, and sign up for Drinkin' Bros Sports, man. It's free to join, and you can physically watch us bet on all of these games. Dan and I are posting all of our betting slips.
Yep.
For college and NFL this year from mybookie.com. Again, the promo code is Drinkin' Bros, and that'll double your deposit. Join us. You can bet with us or against us. I'm going to be betting all of these over-unders. I'm going to be posting them on the page right now. So thanks for staying with us. This was a long one, but a fun one. Always necessary.
It is.
When NFL begins. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. We're the Drinkin' Bros. Good night, everyone.